All right, everybody, welcome into the Couch Potato Sports Show. It is me, Sonny Clark, the hardest working man in sports radio, as we are here coming to you live from Homer B. Johnson Stadium as the Rowlett Eagles are taking on the Sachse Mustangs here tonight. And it is one of the big games. It's the rival game. It's the Hammer Bowl that happens each and every year. These two teams get together, and guess what? It's going to be another one. And not only that, when I was looking at the games, we did the pregame show and things of that sort. If you had the opportunity to check out the pregame show, you heard a lot about what we think might happen in this game. So that also being said, I think this is going to be closer. I rethought about it, not realizing what game this was. It is the Hammer Bowl, and it makes a big difference. So you never know what's going to end up coming out each and every drive. Never know what's going to happen each and every play and or kick. So because it's that rivalry game, it just brings a lot of things to you. So that being said, it is tonight. The Eagle Eye is running just a little bit late, but I do have my guy up there. Hey, Butch Wesson, I see you right there. How you doing, Butch?
Doing great. And it is senior night, too.
It is senior night. Yes, sir. It's one of those nights that are very special for the families and things of that sort. And I always seem to be running a little late when those things happen, but tonight they kind of knocked it out. There's Bill. I just seen Bill. He's right over here, right behind that white car. Pulling up, that's Bill. So Bill should be here in just a moment. He's going to get all set up. But it's a big game tonight. It's going to be all about a couple of things. Looking offensively, as far as the Rowlett Eagles are concerned, it is about their passing game, 40 for 70 for 542 yards and 7 touchdowns, 3 interceptions for Andrew Ellison. On the other side of that, you take a look at the Sachse Mustangs. It's Brendan George, 41-70. He's at 60% of passing, 815 yards, 6 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. By the way, 3 interceptions in one game, and that was when they took on Prosper. So that's what you kind of get a little idea of what's going to be coming our way here on the Couch Potato Sports Show, and they are right out in the middle. Before we go into commercial, we will go ahead and find out who won the toss, as they're about ready to do that out there. So let's see. As the Sachse Mustangs are wearing my favorite uniform, the blue on top, white on the bottom. And let's find out who won the toss. All right, the Eagles won the toss, and they are going to go ahead and defer. So the Sachse Mustangs are going to get the ball first. So with that being said, we're going to come back. It's going to be kickoff here on the Couch Potato Sports Show and your Sachse Mustangs radio network. We will be right back.
At Wesson General Contracting Incorporated, we're your one-stop shop for all your general contracting needs. We are locally owned and with over 20 years of experience, so roofing, gutters, sidings, fence staining, painting, foundation problems, or roof damage are no problems at all. Give us a call at 214-200-5588. That's 214-200-5588. Wesson General Contractors.
The prospect of retirement can be exciting and scary at the same time. At Nest Egg Wealth Advisors, we have found many people either approaching or currently in retirement fail to truly maximize some of the benefits offered to them, primarily Social Security. What is it? How does it work? It's simply not a benefit that you start receiving at age 62. Because these decisions are so important, my firm has assembled an informational packet on Social Security. If you would like a complimentary copy of Social Security Maximization, please give our office a call today at 972-412-6064 or visit us on the web at nesteggadvice.com. At the Jerry Bullet Training Center, we are a motivated team of coaches with the mindset of helping you achieve and reach your highest goals. Having developed and trained over 100 Division I athletes as well as Division II athletes, even professional athletes, the Bullet team definitely has the knowledge and mindset that take you to the next level. Check out our new 22,000 square foot facility and 3,000 square foot weight room, along with 4,500 square feet of outdoor turf and covered training area, along with football and soccer fields. Contact Melvin Bullitt at 214-326-7853 or visit their facility just outside of Waterview at 8900 Princeton Road in Rowlett. Being taken for a ride? Check out Casso Insurance, serving Texans since 1981. Bundle your home, auto, or business insurance and save a ton. Casso Insurance on the corner of Main Street and Rowlett Road, where we make insurance fun. Or check us out on the web at CassoInsurance.com, where we always have the coffee pot on. Yeah, but is it fresh?
There is nothing that beats good home-cooked barbecue. Since 1941, Dickey's Barbecue has done all the cooking and you take all the credit. Come see us today at our Rowlett location, 5701 President George Bush Turnpike, Suite 110 in the Target Shopping Center. Whether you want to eat in or take it home, we will fix you up. For lip-smacking, rib-tickling, knee-slapping, foot-stomping, great-tasting barbecue, come see us at Dickey's Barbecue today.
Here at Fit Body Boot Camp, located in Sachse, the solution is here. Fast, long-lasting weight loss results and the healthy lifestyle you need to keep them. The key to your fat loss success is our signature afterburn workouts, as well as support and motivation from our world-class coaches, and an easy-to-follow nutrition program to help you keep the fat off. Visit your local Fit Body Boot Camp in Sachse today to see the difference for yourself, or give us a call at 214-463-3005. That's 214-463-3005. Fit Body Boot Camp, Sachse. Sachse Ice House is a non-smoking craft beer and beer pub located in the heart of Sachse. The Ice House was opened to provide a friendly, clean, and female-friendly environment. Sachse was lacking a place for service industry, date nights, and girls' nights, as well as happy hours. Excellent service and top-notch food are our priority. On Tuesday, we offer 79-cent wings, as well as half-price burgers on Mondays. So check us out at the Ice House, located at 6501 Highway 78 in Sachse, or give us a call at 469-304-1550, or check us out on the web at SachseIcehouse.com. Go Mustangs!
Back here on the Couch Potato Sports Show. It is kickoff here. We got Bill. He stepped out really quick, but he'll be back. So the EaglesLive Bill Serna is here with us. And like we said, the Rowlett Eagles won the toss. They're going to be going right to left on your internet radio dial. They will be kicking it off here tonight to these Sachse Mustangs, and here we go. It's Friday Night Lights. It is Sachse Mustangs football as the ball's going to be fielded, brought into the 10, now to the 15. Tripped up, nice trip up there for the Rowlett Eagles. Number 20, that was Sessions on the stop. It was Reed on the return, and return is there. Hey, Bill, good to see you, my friend.
What's up?
You're all right. Hey, he's here.
I'm here.
So
kind of scattered, but I'm here.
Yeah, that's okay. But we got you here, the MVP to help us out here. It's off to my left-hand side. It is first down for the Sachse Mustangs. Going left left to right on your internet radio dial. It's Brendan George back in shotgun. He does a little play action, gets it off to Hanks. Hanks out to the 30, now to the 40. He may break it to the 50, and he fumbled the ball. Who's going to get it? The Rowlett Eagles got the ball off the fumble. So the defense is going to come out on the football field, not before Hanks ran it all the way down to the 25-yard line of the Rowlett Eagles. A sad state that happened here as we're looking at here, and I'm trying to figure out, it looks like Brooks. Yeah, Brooks was the one that brought the ball out for the Rowlett Eagles. So the first turnover of the game comes on the first offensive play of the game. So it was a big play.
Well,
it was
what
going
an
to be
exciting
good.
way to start the game. Big play on both sides of the ball.
Definitely. Ellison is going to be back in shotgun for the Rowlett Eagles. He goes ahead and play action, pass over the middle. Ball falls incomplete off the hands of the intended receiver there as a little bit too high. There was an opportunity for the Mustangs to come down with it. They just couldn't get their hands out on it. So that brings up second down and 10 for the Rowlett Eagles as the ball's on their own 24-yard line, 3 near, 1 far for the Rowlett Eagles in their passing game. 1 in the backfield as well for the Eagles. Ellison gets the snap, looking to this near side, puts the ball up. Ball's almost intercepted. Good play on the ball there came from number 11. That was Armstead. He's playing both sides of the ball here tonight. Good play to get to the ball, making it
and the first
incomplete.
2 throws by Allison is definitely, he's trying to fit that ball in there in such a tight coverage. It's really hard to do.
It's third down and 10 now for the Eagles as the defense for the for the Sachse Mustangs right now holding. So third down and 10. Again, ball's on looks like the 24-yard line. Ellison with the little play action is going to come to the near side. Ball's intercepted, and that's Chester, if I'm not mistaken, with the interception, and he is right at the 8-yard line. So the Sachse Mustangs gives it up, but gets it right back right where they would have been if Hanks didn't fumble the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. And Allison did the exact same thing that I just mentioned. He tried to fit that ball in such a tight coverage, and Chester was right there to get that ball.
So let's see what the Mustangs dial up here as the game right now is knotted at 0. There's 11:19 left to go in the first quarter. 3 far, 1 near. George with the play action is going to run with the ball. He's to the 10, 5, touchdown! Sachse Mustang. Brendan George on the first play after getting the turnover gets in the end zone.
Something I mentioned on the pregame show was that I think we're going to see
That was interesting.
Sachse was going to use their feet in this game, and so far we've seen that was such a great run by George.
Yeah, Brendan George recognizing it. He wanted to throw it and just decided to tuck and go. Kick goes up, and it goes downtown for the Sachse Mustangs. So the Mustangs get up on the board here first to start this game. It's 7-0 with the breakout on the football field means break here on the Couch Potato Sports Show and your Sachse Mustangs radio.
Here at Fit Body Boot Camp located in Sachse, the solution is here. Fast, long-lasting weight loss results and the healthy lifestyle you need to keep them. The key to your fat loss success is our signature afterburn workouts, as well as support and motivation from our world-class coaches, and an easy-to-follow nutrition program to help you keep the fat off. Visit your local Fit Body Boot Camp in Sachse today to see the difference for yourself, or give us a call at 214-463-3005. That's 214-463-3005. Fit Body Boot Camp, Sachse.
All right, we are back here at the Homer B. Johnson Stadium as the Rowlett Eagles now are in a deficit, 7-0 to the Sachse Mustang. Lee is back for the Rowlett Eagles, trying to catch the other number there. I think trying to catch it. We'll see if we get that. But here's that short kick, and it's going to be fielded at the 30. No fair play or fair catch called, and he's going to return it to the 41. As on the stop on the other side there, that was Koye on the stop. So that being said, 7-0, way to start it. 11:08 left to go in the first quarter. now the Rowlett Eagles have got to figure out how to answer.
A lot has gone on, and we haven't gone through a minute of the game yet, as they're still 11:08. We've had a touchdown, an interception, and a fumble. So let's see what Rowlett can how they respond after giving up that touchdown.
So it's about Ellison, what he is able to do for this football team. As we talked a little bit about him in the pregame show, and he goes ahead and hands the ball off, and going to the right-hand side was Gray. Gray gets nowhere as the Sachse Mustangs really went and focused in on the ball. It was Okoye again on the stop. It was Walls on the stop. So now let's see what they dial up here on second down. Only a gain of 1 for the Eagles on that play. So too far, 1 near. They go ahead, play action. Ellison looking down the field, finds the ball, overthrows the intended receiver. That was a Cordell Lee. Ball falls incomplete.
Well, what we've seen so far from Rowlett is they're really trying to set up that passing game. Sachse's defense is really tough on the run, so I think they're trying to get established with a passing game, and so far they haven't been able to complete.
Brings up third down for the Eagles as players looking to see if he is lined up, and he is lined up off sides. Will there be a yellow hanky? I don't know. Ellison back to pass. Here comes the rush. He takes off. He's going to get to the 45, and not enough for the first down. That's going to be fourth down for the Eagles. Nelson on the stop for the Sachse Mustangs. So big time third down stop. They're going to bring on the kicking unit here. So Ellison is going to play as the kicker. It's Adkins is one of those kickers, but we also see this. The quarterback kicking with those duties. Watch for the low line drive. Hank's back. He is at his own 25-yard line as the ball is at the 48-yard line. Here comes the snap and the kick, and it's a little line driver, goes over and out of bounds, and they're going to put that one about the 23-yard line. So the Sachse Mustangs now are going to get an opportunity. Good kick, making them earn this one in reality, as they're going to line that on the 22-yard line. So they got 78 yards before they hit pay dirt. So big rivalry game. It is the Hammer Bowl, as it's known, between these two rivals. 3 far, 1 near. They hand the ball off and find it. Look at the holes right through. And let's find out who that was in the backfield. They didn't catch it.
Looks like there was a Chester in the backfield.
Chester is
is it?
Yep, Chester, number 0 in the backfield. Is Chester?
No, that's number 8.
It's 6.
That's going to be Ridge.
It's Ridge. It's Ridge in the backfield.
His jersey was kind of
wrinkled up. So I'll play him down there because we will see him a lot, as he played big time last week in the backfield, especially when Haygood wasn't getting anything going at one time. Norberg, we have not seen this so far this year. So here it goes. It's second down and 2 as they hand the ball off, and nothing doing. Getting in there quick. He's still on the ground. I'm not even sure who that was. As he walks off, is that 25? Yeah, number 25 on the stop for the Eagles. That was Harrison, and it brings up third down. About third down, and it's going to be about 5 or 6. A long 5, maybe 6. So let's see what they're able to do. Watch out for Hanks. Hanks had the big one, as well as don't forget about Lockett, number 5. 3 far, 1 near. Lockett's on the near side. Hanks on the other.
There it is.
Going to go to the near side. Put it up and let him run. Oh, no, just a little bit too far.
He had Lockett one-on-one against Ryan Gore there on the weak side, and he beat him on that first step. He had him there, just missed George just missed the pass.
Something tells me we might see that play a little bit later on.
Well, if they continue to go one-on-one with Lockett, I think it might be a long night for that defense.
Well, here's the thing. They double up Lockett. They'll go to Hanks, and Hanks is also having a tremendous season. But that brings up fourth down, brings on the kicking unit for the Sachse Mustangs. Oh, Moore's going to get it. Oh, no, he's going to go off to the side, and he gets up in the air, and it's going to take a bounce at the 20, about the 32. And so
it's going to roll down to the
28-yard lines where they put that. And so, interestingly enough, not very much offensively, more so on that first drive. We've seen the big play. We've seen the big chunk. We were talking about that in the pregame show where we see the one chunk, but we haven't seen anything else right now.
No, and we're still way early in the game here. It's kind of like I mentioned early in the game last week. The teams are filling each other out. This is a rivalry game. Good crowd on both sides of the stadium. So I think we're going to see things that are really going to ramp up here offensively.
All right. So here comes first down for the Eagles as they go ahead and get the snap. They hand it off and nothing doing. Number 22 on the Sachse Mustang DeVault with the stop. Got nothing there in the backfield for the Rowlett Eagles. Number 26 ran the ball. And that was Brown.
Well, and DeVault was actually wrapped up with an offensive lineman, and he still made the tackle as he was wrapped up. It was a really tremendous play by DeVault there.
So that brings up now second down and a loss of 3 on that play. So the Eagles going right to left on the internet radio dial, too far, too near. Ellison gets the snap, and he's going to get his helmet goes off. So they are going to get the sack, and that's back at the 12-yard line. The yellow hanky is the face mask.
They're actually at the face mask, and that's why his helmet did come off.
So that is unfortunate because they had him wrapped up. He just got lucky and turned his head into the face mask in reality. So that will give him the 15 yards, and it'll give him the automatic first down as well.
And normally when your helmet does come off, you've got to come out for a play. But because it was a penalty and it was forced off, he's allowed to stay in the game.
So Ellison gets the flag, and they had him dead to rights too. Just unfortunate as the helmet flies off and goes right into the there it is. Oh yeah, he actually just kind of took it off. It's showing he almost like took it off. It was kind of funny. But here comes first down for the Eagles from their 40. They hand the ball off, and nothing doing in reality as Benson ran the ball and a fillet on the stop. So maybe a gain of, 1, 2. They give him 3, so it's going to be second down and 7. They're going to place that ball at the 43-yard line of the Eagles.
Well, right now, Wiley still, or not Wiley, but Rowlett still hasn't sustained some kind of offensive drive, either passing or running. So they're still trying to see what opportunities they can get. And right now with the Sachse defense, they haven't been able to get anything.
Yeah, the defense has been strong for the Mustangs here early. So here come the Eagles. They got 3 on the far side, no one on the near side in the wide receivers. Ellison looking things over, gets the snap, hands it off. Nope, it's going to be a delay game for the Eagles. That will back them up and bring up a replay of second down, but instead of second down and 7, it'll be second down and 12 after they march off the 5 yards. So next week it is Wiley. It's
Wiley
East. And they had a big win. They just destroyed Naaman Forest last night. So they're already resting it up. I wonder how many of them are out here watching this one here tonight.
Well, I guarantee the scouts are downstairs in one of those booths below us.
3 near, 1 far. Hand the ball off the grade. No, play action pass. Great play on the ball as the ball, and that was number 24 for the Rowlett Eagles. On the coverage there was Ellis, and boy, he just got in between him. He almost picked that one off.
Yeah, it was actually a great defense, and he timed it well not to hit that receiver a little early. He timed it right when the ball was getting there.
Ball was intended for Thomas as it fell down to the ground, incomplete. Now we're at third down and 12, 6 minutes, 12 seconds left to go in this one as the Mustangs have an early lead, 7-0. Too far, too near for the Rowlett Eagles. Ellison in the backfield along with Gray. Back to passes Ellison. Ellison looking, and he's going to get sacked back at the 30-yard line and bring up a big fourth down. And who was that? Who was on the
that
sack?
was Aaron Eskew.
Eskew on the stop. Thank you very much. I don't have the glasses and you can see it. So big time sack for the Eagles or for the Rowlett, for the Sachse Mustangs. Back on, we had that problem last year, didn't we, Butch? But all right, so it brings up fourth down and the kicking unit. And Hanks is going to be at his own 40. They'll be kicking it from their own 20-yard line. Will be the Eagles, and that's Thomas that are going to be handling the kicking duties. Here's the kick, goes up in the air, and that didn't go very far. It might have been partially blocked, and that's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to be about at the 30. Well, they're going to place it 35-yard line. So short, bad kick.
It's a 37. It's a 6-yard punt.
6-yard punt. So that gives a very short field for the Mustangs. Now, this is the time where they need to take over the game. As far as that, the defense is playing outstanding. Now it's time for the offense to come alive.
Yeah, absolutely. What you want to do is you want to gain that early lead quick, get that side of the ball out of the ball game, and get them a little frustrated.
Hand the ball off to actually Ridge. Ridge trying to get around the corner. Only a gain of 2 as he tried to fight a way around that corner. It was a very long way. And you're looking at the wrong roster, I think. But Ridge picks up about 2 on the run. So it brings up second down for the Sachse Mustangs. Mustangs now trying to get into the end zone. Short field. Too far, too near for Brendan George. Ridge in the backfield. They go ahead, snap it up, give it to Ridge. Finds the hole, breaks it in the middle, pushes it down to the 22-yard line. Gain of 14, and on the stop on the other side was Washington.
And it's one of those that I mentioned in the pregame. Rowlett likes to give that run right up the middle, and that's exactly what Ridge took advantage of.
So another first down, clock ticking, 4:29 left to go in the first quarter. Eagles have the 7-0 lead. 3 near, 1 far for the Mustangs. And a bad snap. George is going to have to pick it up and settle, and he's going to try to get out and throw the ball. And the ball's actually caught, or no, actually dropped. It was in the hands, and boy, oh boy, did Rothrick got clocked right there on the sideline, created the incompletion.
He did. We do have a flag in the middle of the field. It looks like we might have. It's actually going to be on Rowlett. Oh, then he's looking at the wrong side of the field.
Yeah, he's like, wait a minute. Hey, man.
Well, and I saw the official talking to the Sachse sideline. I was thinking, it's a legal man downfield. Why is he talking to Sachse?
Wrong side.
And he even rolled his eyes to himself. They declined the penalty. Wow.
I'm not sure why they did that. Probs, hey, we'll take it. We'll take that as an incompletion and go to second down. Second down, 10. Ball's on the 22-yard line of the Rowlett Eagles. Mustangs trying to get in. They got the 7-0 lead right now. So let's see what they dial up.
Looks like there's some confusion with the officials right now.
Could be.
I think they're trying to determine whether it's second down or third down, but it is second down.
Because that was first down.
That's
that was
correct.
On a first down.
That's correct. So he just confirmed with other officials.
If they decline it, it's going to be second down. If they decline it, that's the way it works. So second down for the Sachse Mustangs. 3 near, 1 far in the passing game for the Rowlett Eagles. George back in shotgun. Chester back there with him. George with a shot over the middle. Ball's intercepted at the 1-yard line. And on the interception was Ryan Gore, number 9. And that's exactly what happened. He's nice slide catch there. Let's give credit where credit is due. That was a nice catch. Interception, Sachse Mustangs.
Yeah, and that ball was just overthrown. George just lost control of it, and it was well over the receiver. Actually, over 2 receivers.
So with the turnover, they get the ball at their own 1-yard line. So interestingly enough, how aggressive do you go at it? I think you go for it. Right now, the defense for the Sachse Mustangs has been dominant. You go after this quarterback and see if you could get the safety.
Early in this game, they've been in the backfield a lot. So this is a perfect opportunity for Rowlett. This is an opportunity. You want to get this ball out to one of your receivers to the side as soon as possible, especially right now as they have nobody guarding them right on the line.
Yep, so one-on-one on the outside. They're going to call timeout. All right, so timeout on the football field as they are going to talk this one over and go to the side. Quick breakout on the football field means a break here on the Couch Potato Sports Show. We'll be right back.
Being taken for a ride? Check out Costo Insurance. serving Texans since 1981. Bundle your home, auto, or business insurance and save a ton. Costo Insurance on the corner of Main Street and Rowlett Road, where we make insurance fun. Or check us out on the web at CostoInsurance.com, where we always have the coffee pot on. Yeah, but is it fresh?
And we are back here on the Couch Potato Sports Show, 7-0 in favor of the Mustangs over the Rowlett Eagles. 4:07. It is the Hammer Bowl. But interestingly enough, first down and 10, balls on the Rowlett Eagle 1 yard line. And Rowlett has got to dig out of this hole. Let's see what they do. Ellison's going to be back in the shotgun. They go ahead, hand it off, and barely getting out of there, maybe one or two mini Mustangs were there, including Walls and a couple other ones there, as King was there as well. Brings up second down. They gave him one. He barely got out of that end zone.
Yeah, he really didn't get enough room out of there. So let's see if Sachse continues to get that pressure up the middle.
So here comes second down. Clock continuing to run. 3:38 left to go here in the first quarter. Still second down and 9. They go ahead, get the snap, and the ball is just thrown up in the air. He was lucky to get that one away because he had not one, not two, but 3 Sachse Mustangs on.
You're absolutely right. Elson was
face.
a lot of pressure. I thought the ball at first got deflected as it came out, but really he just threw up a duck where nobody was around just to get the ball out of there.
Yes. Third down now. And third down and 9, balls on the 2 yard line. So I love seeing the aggressiveness of the Sachse Mustang defense right now. It is really good. They hand the ball off over on the right-hand side. Gray's going to get to the 5 yard line, and that's going to bring up fourth down and obviously a kicking situation. And Bennett on the stop for the Sachse Mustang.
Well, I think Rowlett just wanted to get out of their end zone, close to their end zone, give their punter a little bit extra room to get the punt off. But all Rowlett's hoping right now is they don't have another 6 yard punt.
Ellison now is standing in for the kick. So he's just, this is just going to go to a line drive. So watch out for that. Hanks is at the Rowlett Eagle 30 to field this one. So you got an idea of where they're about ready to go. Here's the snap. Ellison gets the kick, and he got a good one. He's going to back Hanks up to the 38 yard line. He calls for a fair catch before the Eagles, number 22, Johnson, was staring him down. But really good field position opportunity. Clock is at 2:41 here in the first quarter as the Mustangs have that 7-0 lead.
Well, and for most of the first quarter, the ball's been on the Rowlett side of the field. So, Sachse's got to take advantage of these opportunities.
I'm looking for a Hanks, and Hanks is lined up in the slot, so watch out for him. That guy's just going to go for a go right. You watch. There's the snap, and they go ahead, hand it off, and pushing it down. Oh, wow, what a great run. Gain of about 7 on the run there for the Mustangs. Who is that? Little? I think that's number 28. It is Haygood with the rush for the Sachse Mustangs. They line up second down. They only gave them about 7, so they hand off to Haygood again. This time he gets the first down as he was right there. On the stop on the other side was Childs for the Rowlett Eagles, but not before they'll move the chain.
Well, it's good to see Haygood making some progress here. He really struggled the last couple of weeks running the ball, so it's good to see him getting in there and get some positive yards.
So here we go. As the Mustangs 1st and 10, ball is on the 26 yard line of the Eagles. They go ahead, hand it off to Haygood again. He's going to try to get around the corner. He's going to pick up about 2 or 3. No, look at him. He squirted through, and he took it all the way down to 10. I even missed him. I thought he was down. And on the stop there, who was on the stop there, Bill?
That was Joseph Brooks. Brooks. On the tackle, but that was had to be an open field tackle.
Right out there. He had him right there, and he just squirted out.
Haygood just came out of a pile, but he I've always said this about him, even last year. He runs low to the ground, and anytime you get a pile like that, if you can get underneath it, then you can get through.
1:35 left to go in the first quarter. First down and 10. Ball's on the 11, so they can still get the first down. 3 near, 1 far for the wide receivers for the Mustangs. And Haygood in the backfield with George. They go ahead and hand the ball out. No, George kept it himself, and he didn't get anything, couldn't get around the corner. As they're trying to figure out if that young man turns around, it was Washington on the stop for the Eagles. So that the loss of a yard. So now it's second down and 12, or second down and 11. They're 12 yards away from pay dirt. So the Mustangs looking things over, 3 near, 1 far. There goes a man in motion. That is Ridge. They go ahead and hand it off. Nope, George's going to keep
Option.
it. Looking for the pass. Oh, he had the wide receiver wide open, and he also had an option on the inside here as he was looking to get the ball to the intended receiver, Rothrick.
Yeah, absolutely. And he had him right in the middle of the field. And I think what he tried to do is he tried to lead Rothrock into the end zone, and Rothrock was stationary. He wasn't moving. And I think that just caught him off guard.
So that brings up third down and 11. And this would be a wasted opportunity. Clock is stopped temporarily at 45 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Here it comes. Big third down. Back to passes George. He's looking. He's going to get flushed out of the pocket. Now he's going to throw it. Ball. It's just a little bit too high. It was intended there for Lockett. And that brings up the kicking unit. And almost that drive is the epitome of what we've seen outside of that one big play for the Mustangs.
And that's going to be frustrating for Coach Behrens. Like I mentioned a little bit ago, they spend all this time on the Rowlett side of the field and are going to walk away with just a field goal here.
So Alvarado is going to handle the kicking duties. They're going to place it at the 19 for a 29-yard field goal. See if they can go up 10-0. Kick goes up, and it goes downtown for the Sachse Mustangs. So the Mustangs go up 10-0 here, still in the first quarter. How about that? So breakout on the football field with 32 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Breakout on the field, of course, means a break here on the Couch Potato Sports Show and your Sachse Mustangs radio network. This one's going to be a good one. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Hey, look who's saying hi. Richard Bauer saying hi here tonight. Good to see you, Richard. Thanks for joining us here. Missed him from, obviously our relationship with the Rowlett Eagles back in the time. Good to see him. Also, my wife checking in says, hey, let's go Sachse. Good to see that. So, all right. So Eagles up 10-0, 32 ticks left to go here in this first quarter. Here comes that short kick. A little high play, fair catch. Caught at the 32-yard line for the Eagles. So, not getting very much production on the offensive side of the ball, except that one play where they ended up getting the fumble and losing the ball deep in the Eagle territory.
Well, we're still moving the ball. We have 114 yards so far in the first quarter. Now, granted, 40 of it was on that one play, but we're still moving the ball. We're just not getting it in the end zone.
And not getting the first downs. And those are the things that will stop you from doing what you're able to do week in and week out. You need to be able to get that set. So hopefully we'll see what ends up happening here for the defense, who's been playing outstanding. Here comes first down for the Eagles at the 33-yard line. They hand the ball off, trying to get around that. Nothing doing for the Rowlett Eagles. And on the stop is Nelson. Is that Nelson the one you're showing, or DeVault?
No,
DeVault on the stop. So, but he did gain 3, but boy, they swarmed right to the ball.
Yeah, and I think they're going to have trouble going up the middle on the run tonight unless they can spread this offense and get that defense to spread as well.
Ellison has not completed a pass here tonight. It's 2 near, 1 far for the Rowlett Eagles. 0 for 6 with an interception and there's up. That's going to do it for the first quarter. So quick breakout on the football field. It's good to see there. Things are good. and earned his master's. Dylan earned his master's. Dylan Bauer. Yep, Dylan Bauer. Yeah, it says. Yeah, is he that out? I don't know. And he is a defensive coach at McKinney North. So good to see that former Rowlett Eagle.
That's great, man. I might have to go out and watch McKinney North play.
There you go. So quick breakout on the football field as they switch sides of the field. 10-0 in favor of the Sachse Mustangs after one. We'll be right back.
Ever want to know why Bill and I look so great on our broadcast? Check out K West Designs on Facebook to find out why. Check out all the samples that Kelly has up so you can see, especially if you have a special occasion that needs something original or design or something that says, this is our moment. Check out K West Designs on Facebook or give Kelly a call at 469-601-5856. That's 469-601-5856. K West Designs.
Here, no, he don't leave that much. That knee's giving him a hard time. So here's a play action pass. Ellis pass over the intended receiver. That makes him 0 for 7 here tonight as he tried to get that ball into Cordell Lee's hands, just overthrew him.
Well, and he had some defenders in front of him, in front of the receiver. So I think he tried to get a little bit too much over to get over them, and that affected his pass to the receiver.
So as you take a look at what's going on for the Rowlett Eagles, their running game has been something that they've had a lot of people involved with. We're seeing a lot of it here tonight. So let's see if they continue it. But here, obviously, passing play. Here comes Ellison, back to pass, looking to fade that into the side. And the wide receiver had his head down as far as that was concerned. Number 10, that was it looks like Gore, who had his head down. Ball was in the air, and he was going to the middle of the field. The ball was going to the sideline.
Well, and Ellison didn't have a lot of time to get that play to set up as DeVault was coming in off the edge on the left-hand side. So he had to hurry up and get that ball out.
Rodney Gore with 11 receptions, 216 yards so far this season. No touchdowns, but almost 20 yards of play. So that brings up 4th down for the Rowlett Eagles. They're going to be punting this away. I want to be able to see Hanks get an opportunity to get a return. Low snap, bad kick. It's blocked, and it's going to be picked up at the 40-yard line. How about that on the coverage there? Who was that? I can't see that.
Aaron Iskew. You just want me to say the name, don't you? Iskew is the one that made the block.
And it was recovered by number 43. Who was it? I thought who? Jordan Nelson. Thank you. Big Red back there with the eyes. Looking good. So that being said, here come the Sachse Mustangs. This is awesome. After the block kick, defense playing well. George goes ahead, hands it off, trying to push a hey good. He's going to get about 3 or 4 before he's brought down. Hey, turn one of those over and write the numbers if you can. Can you do that? Can you write the numbers for me? Because I can't see that.
Oh, okay.
I'm just like half blind.
I just wanted to write the pronunciation.
Esheq.
Esheq.
Thank you, Bill.
Esheq. Thank you to the PA announcer for clearing that up for me.
There we go. Real good. All right. So it's 2nd down after a gain of 2. For the Mustangs. The ball's at the 38-yard line of the Eagles, and Brendan George kept it, and he threw it, and guess who's wide open? Touchdown! Sachse Mustang! If there's any guy that you don't want to forget about, that would be Lockett. He was wide open. Touchdown.
Well, what they did was Sachse ran that option, so they faked the handoff. Looked like George was going to run the ball, step back, and threw that ball.
That was a nice throw.
So what he did was he baited the defense to come in and then leave the receivers.
Michigan is looking at him. I did not know. So
for who Lockett?
Yeah,
Lockett. I think Lockett is going to be a big name next year. He's only a junior.
Yep.
So I think his name is going to just stand out real quick. I believe there'll be a lot more than just Michigan.
Well, the kick goes up and it goes downtown for the Sachse Mustangs. So the Mustangs go up 17-10 here as we are in the second quarter with 10:59 left to go in that second quarter. With breakout on the football field means a break here on the Couch Potato Sports Show. We'll be right back.
There is nothing that beats good home-cooked barbecue. Since 1941, Dickey's Barbecue has done all the cooking and you take all the credit. Come see us today at our Rowlett location, 5701 President George Bush Turnpike, Suite 110 in the Target Shopping Center. Whether you want to eat in or take it home, we will fix you up. For lip smacking, rib tickling, knee slapping, foot stomping, great tasting barbecue, come see us at Dickey's Barbecue today.
All right, so we are back here at a 17-0 lead for the Sachse Mustang. 10:59 left to go in the first half of play. And out of this whole thing, what has been, shocking to you right now to this point in the game, Bill?
Well, I think it's the Rowlett offense. I think they came in very comparable. They didn't have the big stars, big names that Sachse does, but they had been successful. So kudos to that Sachse defense, really, to keep Rowlett's offense.
That's where I was going. The defense playing outstanding. There's the high short kick, and it's going to be fielded at the 22-yard line and pulling around the corner. What, they stopped the play? Why did
Well,
they stop?
one
That
of
was
one of the players called a fair catch.
Ah.
So once they catch it, the play's dead.
That's why the flag is
the
there.
flag is if you run with the ball after catching fair catch, that's calling a fair catch. That's a flag.
So that will back them up, and that flag is on the 32-yard line. That'll be, is that a 10 or a 5-er?
I think it's just a 5.
That's what I thought. Maybe a 5 yards. So they'll take it back to about the 27-yard line of the Rowlett Eagles, and the Eagles are going left to right on your internet radio dial. Guys, interestingly enough, I'm so looking forward to the big game next week. Now, obviously, we can't forget about this one, but for us, getting ready for next week as Wiley East, who won the district last year, it goes head to head, and we're actually going to be at Wiley Stadium for that one.
Yeah, and you can walk over there from your house.
I'm gonna have Big Red pick me up.
There you go.
He's got to pass right by there anyway. So here we go, 17-0. Eagles not having any luck. Pass the far side. That one fell incomplete, and
you know what? That actually is a benefit that was incomplete because he was on the ground when he caught that. If it had been ruled a completion, he would have lost 4 yards. So that actually benefited Rowlett by not catching that ball.
Still no completions for Ellison here tonight, passing the ball, as that Sachse Mustang defense has been in his face all night long. Let's see what they pull. 3 far, 1 near for the Eagles as they hand the ball off. Gray tries to get around the corner and nothing doing at all as the Sachse Mustangs on the stop there with the loss. Number 44, that was Ward's. So brings up second down. Oh, they're not going to give him many yards behind.
I thought he tackled him
about the 20-yard line.
Yeah, I thought he tackled him behind the line of scrimmage, but.
So, did he just throw him to the 20? I mean, did he throw him 4 yards? Wow.
They might have given him forward progress before he started.
Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. 3rd down and 10 as they hand the ball off. Nope, play action. Ellison's going to have to run with it because nothing's downfield. And big play by the second. Is that Foley again? No. That is Brunswick, number 7. And Brunswick just gave Ellison a welcome to the Sachse defense hit. So he hit him so hard. I think his shoes are still out there.
Well, I think Sachse defense right now doesn't have confidence in Rowlett's passing game. So they're really staying stationary. They're really covering up those lanes so that way they can't get that ball out.
Okay, it's not Hanks back at the 40. We'll figure out who that is. It's not Hanks. So we'll see if who's back. And the kick is a line drive, and it's going to go over the head of the Sachse Mustangs. Oh, pushing it up around. And he almost took his head off out there. It was number 29 who was Trice back there for the kick. And on the stop on the other side for the Rowlett Eagles, it was Johnson who almost took his head off on the whip around tackle is what I'm going to start calling that. The whip around. Yeah, a wrestling tackle move.
Well, one thing that Rowlett can benefit on this is that they flip the field and put Sachse back in their own side of the field for the first time tonight.
Get the score up there, 17-0. Here comes the handoff and trying to push it over, maybe a gain of 2 maybe 3. That'll be depending on where they spot the ball. And Washington on the stop. That wasn't Hanks. That was Ridge who ran it. He just had that one wrong. Not normally I get it wrong. But so that being said, here comes a 2nd down and 8. 8:50 left to go here in this first half. They go ahead, play action. George is going to take it, looking to try to throw the ball downfield, and he's going to get wrapped up immediately. Number 25, Harrison on the stop for the Eagles. That one just, there was
and
open downfield.
he tried to run the same play he did on the touchdown pass to Lockett as he ran that option, stayed along the line of scrimmage and looking for a receiver downfield, but just didn't have one.
So that brings up 3rd down and 9 for the Mustangs. Remember, they're at their own 25-yard line. They're going right to left on your internet radio dial. 3 near, 1 far for the Mustangs in the passing game. George back to pass, looking to that near side. Now he's going to take off, scramble a little bit, and he's going to try to run for the first down, and he's going to get the first. Good blocking downfield there by the Mustang. Rothrick stopped him enough to where he could get in and get the first down after he ran out of bounds.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Rothrick and Santana Quinn both gave great blocks on the sideline to get George to get that first down.
Brendan George having a pretty good night here. We'll see how things are going for him. Here goes a first down. Yellow Hankies have hit the field for a false start. They'll back them up 5. Now, Brendan George has been one of these guys. I mean, he's using his legs big time out on the football field. 15 rushes, 128 yards rushing, and a touchdown, averaging close to 9 yards a carry.
Well, and he's starting to get more and more confidence as the season goes on. Last year, you couldn't really see him get that confidence. First 2 games of the season, they came up with losses, but as he gone, and then even last week, you could see that confidence getting bigger and bigger for him.
Here comes 1st and 15 after they back him up. Play action and pushing the ball out to the side. Ball caught by Lockett, and they get a lot of that back. They're going to be about 3 yards short as Brendan George just kind of almost did like a bootleg and then threw the ball on the stop for the Eagles was Johnson.
You're absolutely right. When you have a 1st and 15, you want to get maybe 5, 6 on that first down. They got 12 of the 15 they needed.
Makes it 2nd and manageable, 2nd and 3. Play clock, or mark that, 7 minutes, 47 seconds left to go in the first half. As they go ahead, play action. Ball caught, pushed around, running down the field is Rothrick, and he's going to be tackled at the 27-yard line before he stopped there by, looks like Childs, right? Childs on the stop, and they push that ball. Big gain there by the Mustangs.
Well, and when you're so much focuses on Banks and Lockett, like I said before, it's going to open up these other receivers and give them the opportunities. They got to take advantage of when they get them.
Rothrock with the big reception, and the Mustangs pushing the ball down to the 25-yard line of the Eagles. George back in shotgun, 3 near. They're going to go ahead and hand it off. They do. That's Ridge. Ridge is going to push it to the 23-yard line before he's brought down by Thomas on the other side not Thomas?
No,
Ivy.
Ivy.
Ivy on the stop for the Eagles. So brings up a 2nd down after a gain of 3. Clock continuing to run. 6:56 left to go. In the first half, 17-0 in favor of the Mustangs. Mustangs trying to get on the board again as they 3 near, 1 far for the Mustangs as they go ahead. Play action. George gets the ball. Nope. Kept it into the hands of Ridge. That was Haygood. Yeah, Haygood with the ball. And that was a loss of about 4 or 5 before he was tackled back in the backfield by Dewberry. I was wondering about Dewberry. They got 2 Dewberrys on this team. I'm wondering if they're related to the Dewberry we know about indoor football.
Oh,
quarterback.
No, I don't think they are
related. I don't know. But anyway, brings up 3rd down and 11 now. The Mustangs need to do something here really quick. 3 near, 1 far. Back to passes George. Here comes the rush. George gets the ball up in the air. It's caught. Touchdown! Sachse Mustangs. That was Quinn as he put the ball ball up in the air. He just ran up underneath it for the touchdown. That's what they need to continue to do.
And that's that comments I'm telling you about George. Is he's getting more and more of it. He's becoming a leader on this team, and throwing balls like that, put it to a spot, let your receivers come down and get it.
That was really a nice throw by George. So they bring on the kicking unit. Alvarado, kick goes up, and it goes downtown for the Sachse Mustangs. So the Mustangs extend their lead, right? Getting close to halftime. There's still 6 minutes, 24-0 in favor of the Mustangs. Quick breakout on the football field. We'll be back here on the Couch Potato Sports Show and your Sachse Mustangs radio network.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
All right. It's kind of hard to come back from a game when you spot them 24 in the first half. It's going to be a rough night here. For the Eagles.
When you have a defense that's playing the way Sachse is, you're going to have to bring out some tricks out of your playbook or something that's going to set them aside and be able to pick up some positive yards. Because right now they have a total of 8 yards so far in this game.
Absolutely. That's something that needs to kind of obviously pick up with 6 minutes still left to go. Now, the Eagles get the ball first coming out of the halftime. Fair catch caught again at the 31-yard line after the kickoff. And
total yards so far through a quarter and a half is Sachse 235 total yards to Rowlett 7.
7. It doesn't even. It seems like they should have more. Maybe I don't know, but man,
they did get a couple penalties where they moved the ball a little bit.
It backed them up. All right, so as they get set, you'll see what the Eagles are able to do. Well, obviously, we want to see this defense from Sachse play as well as they have. 3 near, 1 far. Back to passes. Ellison finally completes the pass. Gain of about 4. They'll put it on the 35. So on the stop on the other side for the Sachse Mustangs was Nelson. And they'll move it up. A gain of about 5. Yep, maybe 6. They're going to give them 6. They're about 4 yards short. So 2nd down and 4. Ball on the 35-yard line of the Eagles. Ellison gets the snap, rolls out, pass over the middle. Ball's caught. It's going to be enough for a first down. Ball is caught there on the other side by the Eagles, number 11. So Chester on the stop and Thomas on the catch for the Eagles. They get the first down, 2 straight passes, 2 catches. So Ellison trying to move the ball to the 45-yard line of the Rowlett Eagles. Ellison back to pass, looking to put a little fader in the corner, and it's actually caught down to the 20 and tackled from behind. Thomas with a nice catch, and from behind, the Mustangs number 12, Dillard, saved the touchdown.
Well, and that's what Rowlett needed to do. It looked like they were doing a lot of plays underneath to open up that one-time opportunity to go deep.
So 5:02 left to go in the first half. There's a timeout on the football field. So quick timeout on the football field means we'll get back to our sponsors here on the Couch Potato Sports Show. Actually, join us on the Couch Potato Sports Show Sunday, 9 to noon, as we look at them all before kickoff on Sunday morning. We are back here at Homer B. Johnson Stadium. 4:57 left to go here in this first half. I'll put the scoreboard up for you as well. So let me hit that button there so you can see what's going on. 24-0 in favor of the Mustangs. As this first half is actually going quite quick. I mean, but they're doing a lot of running on the other side for the Eagles. Here they go. Ellison with 3 far. He's going to put the ball up in the air. It's almost intercepted. It was intercepted at the 1-yard line, went off of the fingertips of the intended receiver, and number 21 for the Sachse Mustangs comes down with it. That's Nelson with the nice interception.
Well, that was a great throw by Allison. The receiver just didn't bring it in, topped it up in the air.
Yep, there it is, right up in there, and they kicks up there, and that wasn't no, that was Chester on the interception.
Yeah, that's actually a good pass by Allison. That's really on the receiver there for missing that one.
One time they were actually moving the ball to get it in, near the end zone.
And that's just it. When Rowlett needs some motivation, that really took the air out of him right there.
It did. Too far, too near for the Mustangs at their own 1-yard line. They've got a free play, and they know it. There goes George deep down the field trying to get it. And that's what you do. You get it to Lockett. You know you got the free play. Try to get it into his hand to make the big play. Ball falls.
Well, and that's just it. You got Lockett out there that's he's 6'2", going up against a defender that's about 5'7". You just throw that ball up there, especially on a free play.
Absolutely.
Throw that ball up there.
So that free play gets them offsides. They'll move the ball up 5 yards. They'll place it at the 7-yard or 6-yard line. So it will be 1st and 5 for the Mustangs on their own side of the field. As they get set on the play, they got 2 far, 1 near. They hand the ball off to Norberg. Norberg. I'm just having a tough time. It is Haygood pushing it up the middle, and then on the other side of it is Aiden on the stop. Is it Aiden the one you were pointing at? No, Dewberry. Thank you, sir. Dewberry on the stop. So that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 2. That was a gain of 8. As Haygood just pushed right through the middle.
That was actually a gain of 3. We had that penalty before.
Thank you very much. It's 2nd down and 2 as of right now for the Sachse Mustangs.
And this is an opportunity for Sachse with a 2nd and short. It gives you an opportunity if you want to open a playbook and go deep.
Yeah, they could. They go ahead, hand it off to Haygood. Haygood's going to get enough for the 1st down. He was tripped up there trying to catch young man. Turn to the side. On the stop on the other side was number 26 for the Eagles. That is Brown on the stop.
Brownhoe. DeAndre Brownhoe.
Browno? Brown Flow. Well, I need to finish that word there. So. Oh, it's Little. Okay, so Little's in there. Thank you very much. Hey, he's got the eyes going there on the stop on the outside of his Childs. And Little was running the ball on that one. That's going to be a gain of what? About probably about
7?
Yeah. So it's going to bring up 2nd down and what looks to be about 4 yards as the ball's placed on the 17-yard line of the Mustangs. 2 far, 2 near. George back to the yellow hanky. False start. We'll back them up at the ones that they just got on that nice little run there by Little. So after the walk-off, they'll back the Mustangs. See where they place it. They're going to place it at the 13-yard line. Mustangs got to get to the 21-yard line for the 1st down. Clock is running. 2:53 left to go in the 1st half. It's 24-0 in favor of the Mustangs. Back to passes. George puts a bullet right up there. Look at Lockett with the catch and just swaying his way down, getting out of bounds. Gain of about 18-yard line. There's a yellow hanky that hit the field. What's that about?
They're going to get a late hit on Lockett outside of while he was out of bounds. So they're going to add another 15 yards onto it.
So they'll move that ball up near midfield. Let's see here. Yeah, well, about the 45-yard line after they walk it off. And seeing that's frustration. They know where they are. They're down 24-0, and that's just a frustration penalty.
Well, and with Lockett, I mean, really, Lockett can frustrate you if you're trying to tackle him because he's so hard to bring down. And I think that's what happened was, he just kept making people miss tackles. Somebody just felt like once he slowed out of bounds, I thought that he could hit him a little bit more.
1st down and 10 for the Mustangs at their own 44-yard line. There goes the man in motion. They'll leave one far, two near. Back to passes George. He's going to be flushed out of the pocket. He's going to take off for himself. He's going to get the first down. Then some. He might go all the way. Oh, he's pushed out of bounds at the 23-yard line. What speed there by George. And then on the stop on the other side was Gore. That was Ryan Gore on the stop. They got two Gores on this team. So that was Ryan Gore this time on the stop the touchdown, and they're going to march that ball all the way down to what looks to be the 20-yard line, and they're trying to the chain gang's having a hard time setting this one down. There we go. Here comes the play. Pass, hand it off. Little on the right side, breaking the tackle, pushing down to about the 2-yard line, and man alive, was that number 3 on the all right, so it was Brooks on the stop, or is that Brox? Brox on the stop. Yep, Brox on the stop, number 8. And now the Mustangs have first and goal from the 2-yard line. And the 24-point lead already, looking to extend it, push it to 30 or 31, depending on what they do here. What a first half for the offense for the Mustangs. 2 near, 1 far, handed off to Little. They wanted to give it to him, but quick play out there on the stop, number 20, Sessions for the Rowlett Eagles, and prevented the didn't catch.
Okay, so there wasn't actually a play. There was a penalty for legal procedure, as there was too many lined up in the backfield for Sachse.
All right, so instead of that first and goal from like 1 or 2, it's actually from first and goal from the 6. So George looking things over, 2 near, 1 far, and they get the snap. George is going to keep it. He's going to push it in. Dives in. Touchdown! Sachse Mustang, and he took a shot, and they're calling over to the side. And he is that's an Eagle.
No,
that's a Rowlett Eagle. But George is kind of limping himself as you see him running this way.
And George took a helmet right to the knee. Not to the knee, but to the thigh, and that's what got him. But it's the player that actually hit him that's down, and he hit him with his helmet. So this is kind of concerning of how he is. But I do see him leaning up now, which is a good sign. They do have his helmet off him, but. Yeah, it was just definitely helmet to thigh, and
big hit.
It was definitely a big hit, but they're right at the goal line.
All right, so quick breakout on the football field for the injured player. We'll be back here on the Couch Potato Sports Show.
Let Buffalo Creek Doors and Floors help you restore your home to its like-new condition. Need a contractor? Let us be your first stop as well as your last. We specialize in everything that others don't, such as stained concrete floors, wood spot repairs on doors and floors, stainless steel spot repairs, anti-slip on floors, and more. Want to see what kind of work we do?
We are back here as they bring on the kicking unit here as the touchdown. It was a session, so they had to take his helmet away from him. Pretty good shot that he delivered. Kick goes up, and it goes downtown for the Sachse Mustangs. So with 1 minute and 47 seconds left to go here in this first half, the Mustangs go up 32-0. We'll get back here on the Couch Potatoes.
Let Buffalo Creek Doors and Floors help you restore your home to its like-new condition. Need a contractor? Let us be your first stop as well as your last. We specialize in everything that others don't, such as stained concrete floors, wood spot repairs on doors and floors, stainless steel spot repairs, anti-slip on floors, and more. Want to see what kind of work we do? Check out our Facebook page and you can see the craftsmanship you'll receive and expect from Buffalo Creek Doors and Floors. Give Rodney James a call at 214-536-2607. That's 214-536-2607. Or check him out on the web at www.buffalocreekdoorsandfloors.com.
And we are back here on the Couch Potato Sports Show. 32-0 in favor of the Eagles here early. Wait, Why didn't they change? They didn't change the.
It's 31. It's 31. It was 24-0 a minute ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I got the wrong score up. It's 31-0.
31-0.
I apologize. I just had it in my mind, so I was wrong. Incorrect. Something that's very common here on the Couch Potato Sports Show. 31-0. And minute 47 seconds left to go in the first, and it's going to go out of bounds. They'll place that one at the 35. After, isn't that how they do it here in high school football? You kick it out of bounds, it goes to the 35.
I think it goes to 30, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, it's either the 30 or 35. Looks like that's where they're going to put it, at the 30-yard line.
Nope, 35. 30. Okay,
Yep.
It's 30.
You're on it, Bill. Man,
Oh,
the Eagle Eye Plus, he's a brainiac. Watch out. So let's see what the Eagles can do here. I mean, the fact of the matter is, this is what they need to do. Minute 47 seconds. They need to get down the score because they get the ball back in the third quarter. So see what they can do on a turnaround. But man, that Mustang defense has been stingy all night long. Here's first down and 10 from their own 30. The Eagles, quick little pass on the outside to Gray. Gray is going to push it down. He's going to pick up about 12 yards before he's shoved out of bounds by the Sachse Mustangs, Nelson, and they'll move the change. That's how you start it off. You got to go. Don't always go for the 10, but
you got to do something simple.
Yep.
Just get some positive yardage. Get some of that.
I don't know how many times we called games like that. Just go something short. Don't go for the kill shot. Ellison back to pass. There's another. It's caught, pushed down near midfield. Now to looks to be about the 47-yard line. It was Lee on the reception, and that will give him another first down. And number 17 on the stop for thank you, Mr. Man upstairs. Number 17 for the stop. That was King, and here comes first down again. Hand the ball off. Gray finding a way, but hey, everybody there. Number 17 for the Mustangs was there, King, as well as number 10. That was Walls on the stop. So gain of about 2, and that brings up second down now for the Eagles as they push the ball to the Mustang 48-yard line. Back to passes. Ellis, he's getting a big rush. He is sacked big time back there. Number 43. Say it again. It's in issue. It is Eshiku. Eshiku. Stop. Oh Lord!
Hey,
I'm gonna start calling him New Dude. I'm telling you.
Him good. At least you made a good effort to get his name.
Try
instead of saying I can't
let
read that.
You do it. I even got the glasses here, and I just said, all right, big loss there for the Eagles. I'll back them up. It's going to be third and close to 18 yards, maybe 20. Ellison gets the snap, and he is just it's almost getting dangerous out there as that's on the stop for the Mustangs. Number 10, that's going to take it to the halftime, and that's a good thing because right now the Eagles just look discombobulated out there, just not in sync at all. So they're going to go in and try to heal some wounds, and the Mustangs having a great first half. It's 31-0 here at halftime. So what that's going to do is that's going to take us to our halftime festivities. It's going to be me and Bill again at halftime. I love talking about the 30 and 30, so we'll talk a little bit about that as well as kind of what we were looking at in tonight's game. So we'll jump right into the halftime show here on the Couch Potato Sports Show. 31-0. We'll be back.
right, everybody, welcome into the Couch Potato Sports Show and the pregame show. Your Sachse Mustangs, as they're getting ready to take on an old foe for me and, this guy right over here, the Rowlett Eagles. And that is, we called those games for, 8 years, calling those games before COVID hit. And here we are, our second time calling you missed the Rowlett game last year. So this will be your first. Yeah, you missed it. It was me and Bill, because Bill was giving me a hard time saying Rowlett Eagles because I was doing it the whole. Yeah, so you weren't there for some reason. I don't remember what it is, but it's good to see you, my friend. How are things over on your side of the woods?
Okay, I'm a little confused. You're talking to Bill, right?
Yeah, Bill. Yeah, you weren't there for the Rowlett game.
Yeah, you were just saying it was you and Bill last year.
Well, no, I'm sorry. It was me and Butch last year.
I was?
Sorry. Yeah, you weren't there for that game for I forget what reason, but but that was the one. But now you get your first call of the Rowlett Eagles on the other side. But I want to hop a little bit back. I mean, I got lots of people commenting about the 30 and 30 to me, as sending messages. Love what you were doing, and I see what you're doing now. Looks like you're adding more stuff, and what you did, during your time. Talk a little bit about what you just posted, which was really kind of cool. I don't want to steal your thunder.
I just did a post on numbers. Longest trip,
miles.
Shortest trip, longest drive, shortest drive, how many home teams won, how many visiting team won, just about every little thing. I made a little memoir along the way on the trip, so I kept document things on a daily basis, even what I was eating, so that way I keep track of that. So I just kind of threw out a fun facts of numbers that I had along the way.
I really watch it, especially the miles. I mean, you were talking about the guys who did it before and how many miles you went, which you didn't, no offense, didn't come close to the miles that they did. But I don't know if they actually looked at it and figured out what was the best trip for them, like you did. The planning and everything else. So go a little bit, talk a little bit about your longest trip. I think it was 805 miles, was it? Was that what it was?
Yeah, you mean my longest drive?
Yes.
Longest drive was from Seattle to San Francisco. It was 808 miles. So I had a day game in Seattle. The next night I was in San Francisco. So I drove halfway after the game. Stopped in Portland, stayed at one of my company's guest suites, and then I finished the route on the next morning, which is a Monday morning, to San Francisco, and I got there in plenty of time before the game that night. So I was actually able to check in, even take a good little power nap before I even went to that game that night.
Did you ride the trolley in San Francisco? You had to have done that, or you
didn't ride the trolley, but I got a good video of it pulling up right next to me. So if you go to the 30 and 30 page, you'll see a video of it, and it's really cool because I was down the hill and it came down
right in
front of me, and then if I had turned 180 degrees backwards, I was facing Alcatraz.
Wow,
it was a really cool picture. But I didn't get to ride it, but I did take the public transit to the baseball game. Though they do have subway / street level transportation there.
Got it. So Alcatraz is actually one of those really things. The Clint Eastwood movie Escape from Alcatraz was one of my favorites. It was in I'm stuck in the 90s. I'm sorry. Actually that might have been the 80s, but still, it was along that time, 80s and 90s, and I really enjoyed that and learned a lot. And there are a lot of good documentaries about Alcatraz as well. You get the opportunity, or you're just completely bored, check those out. Those are really neat. It tells you about the people who were in there, what they were in for, why they were in for, and a lot of them were people who were convicted that weren't even convicted in California. They were coming from other states.
It was a federal prison.
Yeah.
So it was from people. It was the worst of the worst. And if you go, you can actually go and tour it now. When you tour it, when you get on the island, you'll actually get headphones, and it'll say push play here, and then you just follow what the headphones say, and it'll tell you after it shows you something. It'll say, now walk down till you see the door on the other end, go through that door, go to your right, and then we'll talk about the next thing. It's really cool. But one thing about Alcatraz, they have a baseball field there. It actually has home plate is still there.
Yeah, kind of interesting. Now, that being said, talking about land site where you can see all the things that are out there outside of baseball. You had Alcatraz. Outside of baseball, what was the most interesting thing that you've seen while you were out? Because obviously you just didn't do baseball. You had the chance to see everything out there. What was the most interesting thing that you've seen while you were out there?
Well, and that's what a lot of people think. They think, okay, 30 and 30. And a lot of people on comments on social media was like, well, you didn't even get time to enjoy the cities. And that's incorrect. I had time to get around. Somebody saying they're only 2 hours apart. So I had plenty of time. But the most admiring place that I went that I really enjoyed was Niagara Falls. I come from the Grand Canyon State. I grew up in the Grand Canyon State. When you live there, you don't appreciate it.
You do that. You do that. What's the guy's name? The Clark Griswold.
Oh yeah.
Okay, let's go.
But Niagara Falls was just one that just wowed me. I could have just sat there for hours and listened to the water and just watched the view. It was just totally amazing. If you ever get an opportunity to get up to Niagara Falls, you got to do it. It's just one of the most powerful things that you get to experience.
You were in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get a chance to explore Atlanta? Because they got one hell of an aquarium over there. That's one like wife in the Delta, so they go into Atlanta.
Georgia. I've been to the Georgia Aquarium before.
Okay.
Many years ago, but that was actually my second longest trip. Was I had to get from Washington D.C. to Atlanta. And that was also a 10-hour trip. So I didn't have time. I got to Atlanta maybe 2 hours before the game because
got it.
It was a night game the night before in Washington. So I really didn't have time to break up that travel between the 2 days.
Well, my wife wants to know, because the inquiring minds wants to know. And I told her I didn't think you would be able to maybe get this. Were you able to find out what the donations were as of yet, as far as what you were able to maybe add up somehow?
I haven't. And you know what? We actually, just today, we got all our funds in from the T-shirts that we were raising. So we were able to get about $600 from the T-shirts. So we're adding that to the amount that we raised, and so we're going to calculate it because we're still taking donations. Even though the trip is stopped, my goal was to get awareness out, and the donation link is still open. So we're still gaining donations as we can.
That being said, here we are, second week in district as far as the Sachse Mustangs are concerned. And if you folks that don't know, the way that they do the standings, they don't count the out of district games in the standings.
Yeah.
Now, so just so that everybody understands that, there's only 1 week, and Wiley East didn't have a game. They had their bye the first week, so they're sitting right now in 5th place. Top 4 on top are the Garland Owls, the Wiley Pirates, the Rowlett Eagles, and the Sachse Mustangs, all winners last week. And the way they do the standings based up on the as far as the differential of the scores in those games to get you the top 5, so or top 4. Then of course Wiley did not win. Garland, as far as South Garland, North Garland, and Naaman Forest, as well as Lakeview, all did not get their victories last week. So they're actually underneath Wiley at 0-1. So is that right? I said that right, correct?
Yeah, you're correct. The standings are based on the district standings and not the overall standings. So
right.
Yeah. So you have 4 teams that are 1-0. You have 1 team that's 0-0 because they haven't played district yet, and then you have the 4 teams that lost. So every team in this district has 1 bye week during the district season because you have an odd number of teams. That's why you have everybody has 1 bye week during the season, which honestly in high school football you really need to have one.
Need at least 1, exactly. And ours, if I'm not mistaken, first week in October. So that we go to the 13th as our next game after that. So that being that, that's the standings, and we run into the Rowlett Eagles, who got their victory last week, as far as to be where they are. So they get the victory 33-13 over Naaman Forest. And we were talking about Naaman Forest last week and how they were improving, but we didn't necessarily know how the Rowlett Eagles were going to be playing because they were 0-2 going out of district. So within district, we've seen Rowlett get the victory over Naaman Forest. I expected Naaman Forest to be there, so maybe they're just a little bit short. But what ended up happening is Rowlett decided to do what Sachse did last week. If you look at the box scores, and when they scored and everything is really close. So you're seeing 33 points for the Rowlett Eagles compared to then obviously the Sachse Mustangs, who got a big victory, 31-7. The defense showed up big time last week for our Sachse Mustangs as they were all over the place and making plays.
Well, and you're seeing so many similarities between these 2 teams. The non-district games that Rowlett played and the non-district games that Sachse played, both they played some quality teams.
Yep.
I don't think Rowlett played quite the quality, but they played North Forney in that second game, and North Forney has really come on and actually just peeked its head into the top 25. So they've done a lot better. So both these teams going into the district game last week, it could have been very easily say, let's see what happens now that we're in district, and both did almost exactly what they the same thing. They both took care of a strong team, and both of them struggled out of the gate in both games. I think Rowlett was up 12-7 at halftime. We were up 10-3 at halftime, and then we let it. We put things together in the second half, as did Rowlett. So really, you're going to see a lot of similarities between the 2. I think the difference is going to be the personnel. I think Sachse has a lot bigger weapons than you do with the Rowlett team.
Well, you look at what Rowlett did, or Sachse did. They held Lakeview Centennial to no points in the second half. So defensively played well, offensively 21 points in the second half. So and all around good play. Even special teams were noticeable, which that's what sometimes it's hard to see how special teams come into a play in a high school game. Last week we seen it very well. Good returns, getting good field position to score, and that when you get an extra 20 or 30 yards on the kickoff or a bad kick or a bad punt or whatever the case may be, it puts them so much in a better spot to score. But defensively, man, oh man, that was what I was expecting because Coach was raving about that defense. But offensively, we've seen it, get out of the gates a little slow, not making plays, drop balls. only ended up with 3 on the first and the drive where they actually probably should have scored a touchdown in reality. However, they end up getting the 3 points, and then it was off to the races. So they got the nerves out. They just kind of started the same way as Rowlett. So looking at the quality of the teams, though, I'm looking at Lakeview Centennial, and if I put them together against Naaman Forest, I'm thinking, and I might be wrong, but I'm thinking that Lakeview probably could and should come out on top in that game. So I'm feeling really good going into this. So if there are any concerns, if you look at what we saw last week, what are some of the concerns that you saw out on the football field, whether it was offensive or defensive or a combination of both?
You know what it is? Penalties. We made way too many mental mistakes in that game because here's the deal. We in total yards, we had 3 times more than what Lakeview Centennial had. We missed a lot of opportunities because of mental mistakes, penalties, you know, that were after the play, things like that. Those are the things you got to fix going into it.
Absolutely.
And, you know, I think the offense is doing what it needs to do. I mean, when you got a receiver like Lockett, I mean, the top receiver right now in the Dallas area, averaging almost 32 yards a reception. You don't, you know, the offense is there. The defense showed what they're like last week. So I think it's just the mental mistakes. I think if we can get those under control, I think we're going to be just fine this week.
Yeah, that was a big thing we were talking about during the game, and it was over 10 now, and they had over 10 within the first 2 to 3 minutes in the third quarter. Mm-hmm. So you still ended up getting more penalties later on in the game, or opportunities for it, and we didn't see that. So that was one of the things that I was looking at as far as you got to make sure you don't make those mental mistakes. Mental mistakes cost you points. Yards, big time. And then when you're in a 3rd and long, it just makes it a little bit easier for the defense to see what is coming at them. You're not expecting too much from the run on 3rd and long. So, but you're right. You take a look at what Lockett is doing for the season. He is going to be one of these guys that we're going to be talking about for the rest of the season as far as what he does. And now I'm not taking away from George getting him the ball, but what he does with the yakety yak. I mean, the yards after catch for Lockett so far this season has been humongous.
Well, and that's going to make you a strong quarterback. Not just throwing the ball as far as you can, but getting the ball to the receivers where they need to get him to. Hanks had a couple of passes where, you know, George put it to a spot and Hanks went and got it. Good quarterbacks do. You lead him and you put him into a spot. But yeah, we had twice as many penalties as Lakeview Centennial. We had 12 for 115 yards, and a lot of them were big yards. They weren't, there was a couple false starts and whatnot, but a lot of them were big ones, unsportsmanlike, personal fouls. Those are the things. Those are mental mistakes that that has to get cleaned up. But yeah, when you have an offense like that, when you have receivers like Hanks and Lockett, it makes your job so much easier as a quarterback.
Yeah. What are you expecting? And that was the same thing I was looking at. My favorite phrase is when I look at Rowlett, and this is not because we don't call the games or anything. When I look at them, I just don't see anything worth writing home to mama about. And you mentioned it on the offensive side. Now, defensively, they'll be there. And even though they scored a lot of points, I just going up against the teams that they were going up against, I think these two are two of the teams that you're going to have to watch out. Like you said, they played a little bit better out of district teams going into it. They had the same idea that Sachse does to try to go in there and do this. I think this one's going to be a really good game, and I'm gonna ask you where you think it's going to be won, and I'm going to write down where I think you think it's going to be, and then I'm going to write down where I think it's going to be. So I think I know where it is. So I got stop. Okay, go ahead. So tell me where you think that the game is going to be won. What is the key to win it?
I think we called Rowlett for so many years, and one thing their Achilles that they always got hurt on was not having any safeties up the middle, and they got burned a lot on those long runs up the middle. I can't see that.
Stop big plays.
Yes.
And that's usually what they just ran it right down the middle, man. And we saw that. Well, it's interesting. That's, stopping the big plays, and those plays were going right up the middle. They weren't going east to west. They were going north and south and picking up big yards.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think if I had to put a score on it, and this could be a little bit of a shocker, but I'm saying Sachse 34, Rowlett 13.
Wow, we were close. I was going to say 34-20 is what I thought the score was going to be. And where the key of the game is to prevent those big plays. It's got to be right there on that defensive line. And I think we're going to see that because we've seen good play, defensive line, and then the backers right there, recognizing what's coming their way and making the moves to stop it. And I think they actually do it. I think they stop the big plays. I don't think we're going to see the big ones.
Well, I think when it comes to those big plays, I see them coming from us. But
yes,
but the difference is they're going to come from us on the ground. I think there's going to be so much focus on those receivers that it's going to open up some opportunities on the run game.
Yeah, so watch Brendan George with that ball, and hey, Haygood might have that big game. Now Haygood's been out there; he's getting it's been quite physical for him. We haven't seen him break one so far. Well, I've seen him break one when you were playing at Coppell, but since then I haven't really seen him. I'd like to see him break open, and I think we might get that too if they pay, like you said, pay too much attention to one on each side. It might be a problem.
Yeah, I think I'm going to put my my coins on Ridge. I think him out of the backfield, we're going to see a couple big plays from him because he's definitely got that speed.
And the special teams with Ridge returning the ball. Watch out for that. I'm waiting for him to have one of those games where he does it a couple of times. I'm just ready for it. But also, I'm ready for high school football. This is why I get up on the morning. Get up in the mornings on Friday and Sundays. I got high school football, and then Sunday I have the NFL. And I'm just rubbing the hands together. I'm ready for it. And also, this is the rivalry game. Say whatever you want. I mean, each team, has their rival, and this one here, Rowlett and Sachse have been the same because there are a lot of kids that live in Rowlett that go to Sachse. So that you have that roundabout. And like you always say, and a lot of these kids know each other. They went to school together before they did make that switch to Rowlett to Sachse. So there's that going on to it too.
No, absolutely. And it was that way when we were around it. We always penciled in that Sachse Rowlett game, and Sachse was always last game of the season. So it seemed like there was always something on the line during that time. So definitely a big rivalry between the two in the district. So looking forward to it.
So we get this one early.
Yeah, we do. We got a little early last year too. So you know what? This is going to set the tone because right now there's only 4 teams that are under that. 5, including Wiley East, that have no losses. this is going to knock it down one of those numbers.
One of those teams is going to be 1-1, and believe me, that could be the difference between you not making the playoffs and making the playoffs. Last year we got in because of population. You understand that better than I do. It just drives me nuts because when I was looking at it going, well, there's no way they make the playoffs. Well, yeah, there is. It's based upon this. And I always forget that because I like just looking at the standings and go, that's the team that should be in, but they don't do it that way in high school.
Sure. There's a lot of bunch up with the records. And as bad as we started, we were still able to work our way back into contention.
Yeah, well, it's kind of crazy. But this year, it's a totally different year, totally different team. And we're also seeing a lot of confidence coming from the coaching staff. And I think that comes from Red Barons and letting these guys do what they do and letting them, set up what they think is going to be good for the game. And so the coaching staff is really working good together. And I think we're seeing that as well. So
yeah, Red Barons he's a natural winning coach. He knows what to win. So he didn't like that taste in his mouth last year's team. So he's getting back up on that horse with these winning ways and continue that tradition here at Sachse.
Absolutely, and this could be the start of it, and where they go and how they go, and obviously how they perform in the playoffs. We already know kind of where that's going to go when they make the playoffs. We already know what section of what the actual districts of where we're going to go when they go to playoffs. We know what kind of teams they are, so I think getting ready for that as well. You can't always think about that, especially when you're in district and everything. But the last 2 weeks is a good time when you can take a look at it. So it's going to be fun. All right, so that's going to do it for us here on the pregame show, and obviously a little bit of slash halftime show. We'll take some of that and put it in there. But next week it is what's Wiley, right? Wiley, yeah. So that's going to be a big one too. So
that's going to be a huge game. That's really going to give us an idea of where we are.
Is it East or just Wiley?
East.
It's East. That's the big one because they won the district last year. So we want to have a good game getting up to that one to where it's smash mouth football. It's going to be a lot of fun.
That's really where we're going to see where we stand.
Absolutely, and that's literally 1 mile that way. So I'm not very far away from where I live, so I'll be right down the street, and so that's going to be a lot of fun. So we'll get that checked out, and we'll be there. But it is the Rowlett Eagles, and the game's at 7. Finally, the heat has stopped. Good Lord. Where game number 1, Capel, they shifted it to 8 o'clock at night. So that was really interesting as well. But now it's getting nicer out. So now there's 30% chance of rain if you read the Yahoo, but I don't think, and I read that 2 days ago. So I'm hoping there's a change in that.
No, I think we're okay. I think we're going to be just
my beard's going this way. Maybe a little wind, but
yeah.
All right, so that's going to do it for us here on the Couch Potato Sports Show and the pregame show, as well as the halftime show. When we come back here after halftime, it's going to be Bill with the stats here as the Rowlett Eagles and the Sachse Mustangs take on each other at Homer V. Johnson Stadium. We'll be right back here on the Couch Potato Sports Show and your Sachse Mustangs radio network. All right, we are back here on the Couch Potato Sports Show. Thanks for joining us in halftime as we talked a lot of things. We talked about this game. We talked about Bills 30-30. I'm looking so much forward to more stories about the 30-30. As we start the third quarter, 31-0 as the Mustangs are having the way tonight. And they actually go ahead and kick this ball off, and it's going to be fielded at the 20 and being brought down. Look at that. I love to see Armstead out there making plays. He made a play right there to prevent it from going. Plus, he had a little help from all of his friends as the guy bringing the ball back. Brooks had a real tough time as he got popped right there. Where are they going to put that one? Looks like the
Looks like
25.
about 30-yard line.
Right at the 30-yard line. So we've seen what's happening. We normally come back and talk about the stats. It's all lopsided, so we decided to listen to the Bee Gees.
and Billy Idol.
And Billy Idol in the halftime. So, hey, look at us go. All right, so here comes the quick snap ball and right up on it immediately. I don't think they gained anything. Brunswick on the stop as they were right there as well on the other side, number 24 Ellis on the stop as Gray couldn't get anywhere. So he was lined up on the outside. So that's going to bring up second down. They give him one as we were starting the third quarter. Quick play. Back to pass Ellison with the pass almost intercepted. It was tipped at the line according to the EaglesLive Bill Serna. And on the coverage there with the tip, number 17 for your Sachse Mustangs, that was King. Make sure you join us on the Couch Potato Sports Show 9 to noon as we'll cover the rest of the games. I didn't do really good. I had Minnesota last night for my pick. That wasn't a very good one, but join us as we'll cover the rest of those games on Sunday on the Couch Potato Sports Show. And that being said, back to passes Ellis. He's getting the rust. He's going to roll around, throws the ball, finds the open receiver. It's going to be enough for the first down as on the catch there, number 11, Thomas, and on the stop for your Sachse Mustangs, number 29, that was Trice. So we haven't called his name a lot here, Trice, but good stop for him. But they do.
Well, that was a great job by Allison to step up in the pocket as he was getting pressure from both sides and was able to see his receiver out through the middle of the field.
They go ahead. They're going to hand the ball off. They do. Far side running and trying to get around the corner is Benson. Benson might get 2, maybe 3. And on the stop for the other side, that was King again. We're going to probably call his name a lot, and we'll probably see a lot of substitutions. Some of the guys that we have not seen, within the first three games. Now is the time to get that experience, but see if they can stop them with some other guys in the lineup. So here we go. It's second down and 7. Ellison with a pass again. It's caught and put into the 50 and being whipped down there. I always love to see that. But Cordell Lee took a little spin there. Number 24 on the stop for your Sachse Mustangs. Was it 24?
It was 24. Yes,
it was number 24. It was Ellis again. So watch out. Ellis making his way around here. That's going to bring up now. First down as they move the chains. They're going to place the ball at the Sachse Mustang 44-yard line. So they're moving, getting going right out of the break after halftime. 2 near, 1 far. Ellison goes ahead, hands it out to Gray. Gray avoids the tackle, gets around the corner to the 40. Now he's going to get right down to the 30-yard line. And then on the stop for their Sachse Mustangs, number 43. That was. Where's the paper? We gotta try this again. On the stop for the Sachse. Is she cool? Right? Yeah, I'm getting it. Watch out! I'm becoming a professional here. All right, on the stop for the Mustangs, but not before they got the first down. They put the ball down at the 32-yard line of the Mustangs. First down and 10 for the Eagles. 2 in the backfield. They go ahead and give it to Gray. He's going to follow blockers, but good pursuit on the ball. Number 47, that was Bennett, who pushed him to the sideline, and the guy who got him all the way out was Nelson with the push. Gain of about 3 on that play. I like to see the good pursuit to the ball, especially on those long plays where they're going to the sidelines instead of going north and south. They're going east and west.
Well, and that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to block up that middle, so they're really making them go to the outside and use that sideline to their benefit.
So here comes second down, 7, 9:28 left to go. Ball's caught, pushed down. Oh, he's going to get out of bounds. If he could have kept his balance on that other side, that could have been something. That was Brock's on the reception and on the stop for the Sachse Mustangs, number 21, Nelson. We're calling his name a lot here. It's good to see him out there and getting to the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is what Rowlett wanted to do. They want to come out after halftime, set up a drive, work a little bit of clock, and really get this offensive moving, which they never were able to in the first half.
Definitely. So here they go. 2 in the backfield, hand it off. Pushing it up and trying to get around Benson. Benson not getting very far before he is brought down by a couple of Sachse Mustangs, including number 2. Norberg is playing on the other side, as well as number 22, DeVault. So was that DeVault? No, that's Norberg. He's out there playing on the defensive side of the ball for the Mustangs. So I thought I may be seeing something. And that's going to bring up now 2nd down and 9. Only a gain of 1 on that as they place the ball at the Sachse Mustangs 19-yard line. Ellison with the quick pass on the outside where a lot of Eagles were going to push it down. They're going to be about a yard short after the reception on the other side. Leah on the reception and number 29 for your Sachse Mustangs Trice on the stop, but it does bring up a 3rd down and 2. This would be a good stop right here. We know it's this 4th down territory, so kicking a field goal does them absolutely good right now. As it is 31-0. Clock continuing to run here with 8 minutes and 15 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. 3 near, 1 far for the Eagles. Snap wasn't waiting for it. It was Ellison, and Ellison's going to be brought down. On the stop for the Sachse Mustangs was Walls as well as a couple other ones, but he wasn't even ready for the snap.
Yeah, they snapped the ball a little early, so he wasn't ready. They really couldn't set up their play. What they wanted to do. So it looks like they're going to try kick the field goal, at least get some points on the board.
Try to come out with a little positivity. And who knows what ends up happening. So it does bring up 4th down. Oh, guys, I just saw Ellison when he was walking to place this down. He is limping. Watch after he gets up. Watch out for Ellison. There's the snap. The kick goes up for a 30-yard field goal, but there's a yellow hanky. Look at him. He is feeling it.
I think they're going to get Sachse on offsides, which is going to bring the offense right back out. So if Ellison's dinged up, he doesn't have much time to feel a little better.
Oh, no, he is hurting. He is. Yeah, I saw him when he was about ready to bend down and gives him the 1st down. He needs to talk to his coach because he does have a backup. His name is Kirkhuff.
Well, it looks like he's coming back out on the field.
I wish him luck. I don't want, and so I'm worried about him getting a little bit more hurt than he already is. But let's see what the Eagles do, as they do have the ball 1st down and 10, or actually 1st down goal. They're going to place that at the 9-yard line. They're having a hard time getting that place out there again. There you go. Move it up there. It's 1st down and goal from the 9-yard line. Chains. He's just lost. So bring the marker down. There you go.
I don't know. I don't know what he was doing.
I think he just feels lost out there. All right. So it's 1st down goal. Ball's on the 9-yard line of the Mustangs. Trying to break the shutout right now, 31-0, 7:20 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Back to passes Ellison. He puts it on the back shoulder. Ball caught, touchdown. That was nice. Are they going to call it? I still haven't seen. There's the call. That was a nice pass off the back shoulder, and he didn't have to move very much either. He got it out there quick.
Nope, he just took a two-step drop and then just put it to the corner.
That was pretty.
Right by the pylon there, and he was able to bring it in.
And that was Brock's on the reception for the touchdown for the Rowlett Eagles. So they go ahead and get on the board as they get the kick. Kick goes up, and it goes right down the middle. So that gives the Rowlett Eagles 7 points here as they get up on the board here right after halftime, which is exactly what they really needed to do in order to get them, some kind of positivity going into it. So quick breakout on the football field means a break here on the Couch Potato Sports Show and your Sachse Mustangs Radio Network. We will be right back.
This is Sonny Clark letting you know about Liberty Air and Heat. Everybody knows what the Texas Heat can do, your air conditioning and heating systems. That's why you need the experts that deliver the best and most honest service. We provide the high-quality air conditioning and heating services that keep you more comfortable when you need it. We strive to always meet and exceed customers' expectations, competency, and accountability, as well as satisfaction.
So contact Liberty Air and Heat at 469-678-9444 or visit them on the web at libertyairandheat.com.
We are back here on the Couch Potato Sports Show as the Eagles get up on the board here. Like you said, that, little offside things that doesn't help you at all.
Mental mistakes. We talked about this in the pregame, and this came back to hurt Sachse as they took a field goal try and let Rowlett get into the end zone for a touchdown.
So let's see how they answer the question. They haven't had any adversity the whole game in reality. So after the score, see how that works. Okay, Rich had to pick that up. He dropped it. He's going to push it out to the 15, try to get around the corner to the 20, and he does. Gets out there. Number stop on the other side looked like number 26. What is it? Rohow on the stop. Rohow. That's a big cool name. I would have loved to have that name in high school. These people just calling me bro. It'd be just cool.
Hey, bro.
Yeah. So that's it. All right. So here come the Mustangs. They're going to start this drive on their own 21-yard line, right to left on your internet radio dial. George goes ahead, hands the ball off around the corners. Ridge is going to pick up a good gainer on first down, about 6 or 7. Washington on the stop for the Rowlett Eagles, going to bring up second down.
And this is where Sachse has got to respond. You know what? You just gave Rowlett a touchdown. This is where Sachse has got to stop that momentum that Rowlett just picked up.
Get it back, and it don't matter that they have the lead 31-7 as they do. And I'll put that up, guys. Sorry about that. Blank. There it is. All right, so here they go. George with the quick pass. Guess who caught that? Lockett. Lockett gets out of bounds after enough to get the first down a little bit more as they'll push the ball to the 33-yard line and give the Mustangs a new set of downs. Quick pass to Lockett and using his legs.
Just something simple. Just get it out, get the first down. Let's regroup and start all over.
Push out of bounds there by Washington for the Eagles. But here's the first down. Ball's on the 33-yard line of the Mustangs. I didn't even see what happened. Did it hit the ground? Did he hand it off?
No, he handed off the ridge. And you got a couple of Rowlett players that wrapped him up pretty quickly.
Yeah, so I didn't even see the handoff.
You had both Jaden Washington and Trenton Johnson wrap him up, give him about a 2-yard gain on that play.
Oh, 2-yard loss, actually.
Nope, 2-yard gain.
Oh, yep, there it is. 2-yard gain. Thank you there. I was looking at the
wrong direction.
Inside, yeah. So here comes the man in motion for the Mustangs. They hand it off to Haygood. He's going to bounce onto the outside. He's ready to get around the corner. He's going to get right back to the line of scrimmage on the stop. Alumu and Washington on the stop for the Rowlett Eagles. It's just weird. It's calling this game after 8 years calling Rowlett Eagles. It's hard. We had a hard time last year. Here I am. I'm still having a hard time. It's just one of those things. Third down and 8. Yeah, 3rd down and 8. George back to pass. He's got all day. He might take off and trying to get around the corner. He does, and he's going to push. He's going to get the first down out of bounds at midfield, using his legs big time. And very smart to get out of bounds, too, because he does not need to be taking any unnecessary hits.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
He did down in the end zone.
You're absolutely right. He took what he was given and took it as far as he could, knew where the first down marker was, and made sure and crossed that line.
Yeah, he just realized nothing was open, but he had all the time in the world to figure out there was still nothing open.
He did. Rowlett was only rushing 3 on that as they were expecting a passing play, and that's why he had to run with it because really the secondary covered up the receivers.
5:14 left to go in the third quarter. Man in motion. They're going to go ahead and get it to Ridge out of the backfield, trying to get around the corner. He's going to pick up about 2 or 3 hits. He started at the bottom of your screen and then went to the top behind him as George got it to him. They were just looking to see if he can make a play.
Well, and yeah, that's going to go down in the books as a lateral as he was behind the quarterback when he got that ball. So it'll go down as a lateral, but he was able to get 2 yards out of that.
Second down and 8 for the Eagles as the ball's at the 47-yard line of the Eagles. Right to left on your internet radio dial. 3 near, 1 far. They hand it off to Haygood around the corner. Breaks the tackle. Turn around. Pushing. He's going to get that first down. That was all effort. And we've seen in the past where effort usually causes a turnover or something. He kept it in there. And on the stop, Rodriguez.
Yeah, and that's Haygood from last year that we finally get to see is he really made a punishing play to a lot of these defenders.
All right. After my coughing jag, it's first down 10 for the Mustangs. Ball on the 39-yard line of the Eagles. George looking things over, gets the snap, quick pass out to Lockett. Lockett's going to just get out of bounds after a gain of 7. Listen, that will move chains all day long. And way the Eagles are playing off of Lockett because they're respecting the speed. Now they're figuring out how they can still get the ball to him and still get yards.
And that's what Sachse's recognizing. It's like, look, we're going to take what they give us. And if he's going to play out, defense is going to play him off him by 10 yards. We're just going to go down 5 yards, turn around, and take a hitch.
And watch Lockett break a tackle, and before you know it, he could be in the end zone. 3 near, 1 far. Lockett on the far side. That's going to be a false start out. Back up the Sachse Mustangs as they had a hard time keeping still.
And Rowlett shifted their whole defensive line, and when they did, they were able to they got Leon Lamb on the offensive line to move, kind of confused him there.
So 4:21 left to go in the third quarter. We're seeing a lot of running going on. That will kill the clock. 4:21 left to go in the third. Quick third quarter. 3 stacked on the bottom. Ball's caught by Ridge. Ridge is going to try to get around that corner. Breaks the tackle at the 35. Now he's running backward. Now to the 40. Now he's back to the 35. He ran across all the way. Yellow Hankies, that's going to be a lot of running to get that to come back.
I'm telling you what, we can make a blanket with all those yellow hankies out
kidding.
there.
They're everywhere.
I think there's going to be at least 2 penalties on Sachse with blocks in the back or blindside blocks.
So as the White Hats talk about it, and he even took off his hat.
That means he had 2 penalties.
That means he had 2,
so
and he had to throw.
So we had even that many more flags out there.
So it's not just and they'll be really interesting too, because that penalty will go from where the flag is, and we're looking at the flag right now at the 36-yard line of the Mustangs, and that will back them up 10 to the 46.
Well, and there's another flag over there.
Depending on what the flag is. Yeah.
There's a flag over on the sideline as well, so there's more than one flag on Sachse. So they just determine which flag they're going to decline and which one they're going to take.
3. Wow, chop block, not good. Oh, 2. So it's offset.
So there was 3 blindside blocks, 2 for Sachse, 1 for Rowlett. It doesn't work where 1 and 1 cancel out, and then you have the third one. They all cancel themselves out since both teams had one. So they're just replay second down. All that.
There's that one. There's one
right there.
It's seen, yeah. But all right, so 4:08 left to go in the third quarter. 31-7 as the Eagles were able to get up on the board on their last drive. Mustangs trying to answer that, shooting themselves in the foot, but also a little bit of shooting on the other side. And looking at the play, the way that there goes there goes another yellow hanky. It's like that. It was just throwing it back to the referee.
They were divvying up the hankies since they all lost theirs.
Second down and 8 as the ball is sitting on the 37-yard line of the Eagles. As they go ahead and hand the ball off, there's another yellow hanky out on the football field. That'd be offside defense. And Haygood with the run. And they picked up about 6.
Which they'll probably take the penalty because it's a pick up 5. You still keep second down.
Yep, that's exactly. He got only 6, so they take the 5, keep the down, so they can see what they can draw up. And this is a really interesting time with the score being what it is, 31-7. It's a little bit different feel right now for the Mustangs on what they're doing. So here we go, 3 near, 1 far, back to passes. George, he's got time. He's going to put it up in the air, wide open. Rothrick.
Well, and Rothrock caught it on the 3-yard line, but he caught it going down. It was a throw that was actually a little short, but Rothrock was able to come back and get it. So it's going to be 1st and goal for Sachse on the 3-yard line.
Thank you, Bill. Trying to die over here.
Yeah, that one, he had
Coughing
Rothrock wide open, but he underthrew him. So Rothrock had to come and get that ball, but he had to go to the ground to get it.
1st and goal from the 3-yard line. They go ahead and hand the ball off to Haygood. Touchdown! See, I lost it. Couldn't even get it. Let's try this again. Touchdown! Sachse Mustangs. And that could have, there's a lot of nails that you put in a coffin. That could have been the last one, probably, kind of based upon what's going up. A 30-point lead, close to 31 here in just a moment. How they do with the extra point. So that being said, as they get set, kick goes up, and it goes downtown for the Sachse Mustangs. So with breakout on the football field, we'll be back here on the Couch Potato Sports Show and your Sachse Mustangs radio network. We'll be right back.
Let Buffalo Creek Doors and Floors help you restore your home to its like-new condition. Need a contractor? Let us be your first stop as well as your last. We specialize in everything that others don't, such as stained concrete floors, wood spot repairs on doors and floors, stainless steel spot repairs, anti-slip on floors, and more. Want to see what kind of work we do? Check out our Facebook page and you can see the craftsmanship you'll receive and expect from Buffalo Creek Doors and Floors. Give Rodney James a call at 214-536-2607. That's 214-536-2607. Or check him out on the web at www.buffalocreekdoorsandfloors.com.
All right, we are back here on the Couch Potato Sports Show. Thanks for joining us. We'll be here next week, but not here at Homer B. Johnson Stadium. We'll be at Wiley as the Wiley East Raiders take on the Sachse Mustangs. Mustangs on the road. So, hey, it's not very far down the street. It's 2 or 3 miles max to get over there. It's closer to Wiley than it is to here. So make sure you fill up the stands on the other side. We'd appreciate it. 38-7, 3:12 left to go in the third quarter. Here come the Sachse Mustangs with the full kick. And they call it a fair catch, but it's a good thing they realized that on the other side, because Cordell Lee was about ready to run after someone a little bit closer to the kickoff, called the fair catch. It was another guy early.
He should have never been doing that unless he could catch the ball.
So let's see here now. So join us as the Raiders will be taking on the Mustangs next Friday night, coming to you from Wiley. Also, don't forget about the Couch Potato Sports Show. That being said, 9 to noon, we'll be looking at all of the games. And if you want to keep up with the picks and stuff like that, you're a little too late. We're 2 weeks in, so you can't join, but you can test your skills against us if you like to. Keep track of it. We're no experts. We just have a lot of fun. Here comes 1st down and 10 for the Eagles at their own 15-yard line. Got a new quarterback in. We'll talk about that just in a moment as the pass is caught on the one side. Now Cordell Lee going to the other side. He's going to end up picking up about 3 or 4. It's Kirk Huff in the backfield with the quarterback as Ellison, I think he's hurt as that is concerned. And then on the stop for your Sachse Mustang was, where's my paper? Let's see here. It's Eshiku on the stop for the Sachse Mustangs. So brings up 2nd down, 7. Only a gain of 3 on that last play. A lot of running as they go ahead, get the quick pass. It's caught far side. It's going to get the 1st down just outside of the 1st down markers, trying to figure out who had they even ball. They were all running. Then they got in a little pile. Didn't see who it was.
Yeah, I was actually looking for Allison on the sideline, and I see him on the sideline with his helmet on. He's not around anybody, so I don't know if he got dinged up, and but they're not working on him. He's got his helmet on. It looks like he's ready to go out. So I don't know if he's
His thigh, he was grabbing that thigh and right around the knee area when he was kind of running off. So there's no need to get him hurt any more than he is. Here's the quick pass. It's caught. Big hit out there as well as Thomas with the reception from Kirkhoff. And on the stop on the other side was Brunswick, wasn't it? It was No, it wasn't Brunswick. On the other side, it was Sharp on the stop. So the first time we called his name tonight, and the clock continues to run. We're at 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter, 38-7 in favor of the Mustangs, as the Rowlett Eagles right now getting lined up. 2 near, 1. Actually, it's going to be 3 near, 1 far for them. As Kirkhoff is in the backfield waiting on the shotgun snap. He gets it. He does a pump, puts it up in the air, wide open. If he can, it was right off of the hands of number 8 Brox. He was unable to bring it in. If he would have had that a couple of yards shorter, that was a touchdown.
You know what? He let him perfect, and I'm not sure if the receiver should have had that. Receiver had both hands on the ball. I think
had it.
I think he could have had it, but that was a great lead.
It was
to the receiver.
All right.
So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 with Rowlett on their own 40-yard line. Once again, we got River Kirkhoff in the backfield.
And there's the pass, and it goes through the hands of the intended receiver, Williams. I'm done with the coughing, Jack. Thank you, Bill. Appreciate that. Through the hands of the intended receiver. Incomplete, but there's a yellow hanky out on the football field. No, I thought I saw it. I just caught it on the side.
Really, that's another good pass by Kirkhoff that should have been caught right there on the sideline.
Yes,
just went
should have been. And interestingly enough, when you get the opportunities, right now, that this is what they got to do. They got to pick it up. They got to move the ball, create some positive going into next week based upon what's going on. And here we go, Kirkhoff. Now he is going to get sacked. Yep, he's going to get sacked back at the 37-yard line. A loss of about 7, and there were many Mustangs back there, but the main guy that was back there was number 99 on the stop, Hamilton. And that's going to bring up 4th down and about 13 as the clock continues to run with 1 minute and 10 seconds left to go here in this third quarter. Not a lot of scoring going on, but enough to put it where it is now, 38-7.
Well, and you had 2 long drives to start off the third quarter, one by Rowlett and then the other one by Sachse. Sachse was able to respond to Rowlett's touchdown and take a lot of time off here in the third quarter.
So they bring on the kicking unit, 4th down. He is lucky to get that one out. Hanks is back, and he's going to let that one go, and it's going to be stopped right there at the 22-yard line by number 22, Johnson, downing the ball. So the Mustangs will start their drive here at the 22-yard line, going right to left on your internet radio dial.
Good to see. That was Ellison that actually kicked that ball. So, and I just saw him run out the field. He seemed like he's fine. So, don't know if they were just trying to mix things up a little bit by bringing in Kirkhoff to see if maybe he can get something started. But it's good to see that Ellison's looking okay.
Okay, George is still in the game. 2 near, 1 far for the Mustangs. Here comes the man in motion, Rothrick. Back to passes George. He's got time, but he's going to be flushed out of that pocket. Looking downfield, puts on a bullet, and he's going to be out of bounds. There's Rothrick.
They're going to call it.
It was intended for Rothrick, and right there on the coverage was Ryan Gore for the Eagles.
I think they're also going to get Rowlett for offsides.
Oh, little yellow hanky action. Oh, okay. So they're going to have offsetting penalty as a man downfield for the Mustangs.
So what that was, that was a timing play. So what your offensive line is set to release after a certain point, usually on a screen or something like that. George had to roll out, so the timing was off once he had to roll out, and your offensive line doesn't know that. So that's when they released, and that's how come they were downfield.
So 30 seconds left to go here in this third quarter. Here comes 1st down and 10 for what they're replaying. 1st down.
Yeah, there's a discussion between the side judge and the head official.
Okay, so they're pushing up the play clock. And it is. It's going to be first down and 10. Ball's on the 22-yard line of the Sachse Mustangs. There goes Ridge in motion. Back to pass. They do. Give it to Ridge. Getting around the corner to the 35. Mark that 30-yard line. It's going to be about 2 yards short of the first down. Good gain on first down of 8.
Just something simple. Just flash that ball to the outside and let him do the work. And he was able to gain 9 yards.
So good gain on first down. We're moving close to the end of the third quarter. Only 23 ticks left to go on this one.
Yeah, what Sachse doesn't want to do now is they don't want to show your whole playbooks. I think they just leave things really basic right now and just keep running time off the clock.
Hand the ball off and getting around the corner. It's going to be a hold. There it is. The Eagle Eye up on top of it. Haygood is going to get in for the touchdown, but that one's going to be called back.
Yep, looks like they're going to get a hold.
So they'll walk that back, and no excitement there for us on the call. We just know a little bit better being up here knowing, and the Eagle Eye Bill Serna was up on top of that one. There's the call.
Yeah, that was the reason that Haygood was able to get that hole around the outside was because that of that holding on the interior from number 56, Austin Smith.
All right, so they are going to march that one back.
Oh, yeah.
There it goes. They're going to place it at the 21-yard line. So it's going to be second down and
11.
And that just comes from where the flag was. That's the reason why it's not first and 20 or second and 20. But
yeah, the hold was right on the line of scrimmage of where the play started anyway. So it's just 10 yards from the line of scrimmage.
So back to pass. George gets the ball in the Ridge's hands after the catch and quick to the ball. Are the Rowlett Eagles preventing it? The little trip up there started with Childs, and then some of his buddies came along, and hardly any gain, if anything. Nope, no gain at all. That's going to bring up now third down and 11, but that's going to do it for the third quarter, where the Sachse Mustangs have a 38-7 lead. Quick breakout on the football field means a break here on the Couch Potato Sports Show and your Sachse Mustangs radio network. We'll be right back.
Sachse Ice House is a non-smoking craft beer and beer pub located in the heart of Sachse. The Ice House was open to provide a friendly, clean, and female-friendly environment. Sachse was lacking a place for service industry, date nights, and girls' nights, as well as happy hours. Excellent service and top-notch food are our priority. On Tuesday, we offer 79-cent wings, as well as half-price burgers on Mondays. So check us out at the Ice House, located at 6501 Highway 78 in Sachse, or give us a call at 469-304-1550, or check us out on the web at SachseIcehouse.com. Go Mustangs!
Back at Homer B. Johnson Stadium, I'm going to shoot it over to Bill for some stats that are there.
Well, just like last week, Sachse had control of the total yards. As right now, they are ahead of Rowlett, 412 total yards to Rowlett's 166 total yards. One thing of concern that we were worried about coming in this game was penalties from last week. So far, they have 6 penalties for 40 yards. 7 penalties for 50 yards, and Rowlett has 6 penalties for 40 yards. So still a little bit high. Passing, Brendan George is 10 for 15 with 2 touchdowns and interception. Your leading rusher is Brendan George with 7 attempts for 81 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Wow.
And your leading receiver right now is Lockett with 5 receptions, 80 yards, and 1 touchdown.
All right, so here we go. It's third down and 11 as they switch sides. Brendan George gets the snap, and he's going to roll to the near side, looking downfield, and he's going to just take it and slide down. Very smart move. Don't take the hit, as number 5 was bearing down on him. Washington was going to clean this clock if he gave him the opportunity. But
well, and he also slid. He could have very easily just run out of bounds. What he wants to do is keep that clock running.
Yep.
The best thing now is just get out of this game and as quickly as possible, nobody else get hurt.
All right, brings up fourth down now for the Mustangs, and they're going to go ahead and kick this one off. We're going to see a lot of running to get through this fourth quarter. As you know, not that they succeeded, they just know the writing's on the wall where they're at. as far as that being concerned, being the Rowlett Eagles. So they get their man on field, and they're going to, it's going to be a delay of game because they couldn't get a guy out on the football field unless they called a timeout before
No,
then.
they called delay game.
Nope, delay of game. So I'll back them up 5. But now they got all the personnel out there now.
Yeah. Well, and with that being said, delay a game means you took a lot of time off that clock too.
Yep.
So we've earned one play so far this quarter, and it's now going under 11 minutes.
And there's the snap, and there's the kick. Going to be handled. Nope, it's going to hit the ground. And the Rowlett Eagles are on top of it. Chester goes ahead and downs the ball. And back was Brox to get that one. Brox playing both sides of the ball, by the way, for the Rowlett Eagles. You got to watch out for him. But, man, I think about time he might be tired.
Yeah.
In and out. So depending on where he's going to be. 10:53 left to go in this one. 38-7 in favor of the Sachse Mustangs over the Rowlett Eagles in the Hammer Bowl.
Well, and Rowlett really – They've slowed Sachse down. Sachse missed an opportunity with that hold on that touchdown run, but really they've been held to 7 points here in the second half. So Rowlett's going to try to take advantage of that.
Could have been a shutout. Back to pass. There's Kirkhoff with the ball over and was that a pretty catch at the 31-yard line? Going up to get that one was Cordell Lee, and boy, oh boy, here's the replay.
I thought it was going to be intercepted. It was so far overthrown, and I don't know how he got up and got that with one hand. Amazing catch. This is something you would see on SportsCenter.
Absolutely, that was really nice. Dillard was back there for the coverage as well as number 24. Ellis were there. He just was right between them and pulled it down. So brings up now, first down, back to pass. Ball falls incomplete. Tried to go over the middle, but the rush was coming big time.
Right.
As far as the Sachse must say, Foley was breathing down on him big time.
And that's definitely a risky throw that Kirkhoff could have thrown as he just threw it up the middle with no receiver inside, just kind of throwing it into triple coverage.
Lucky he got a little air under that, or that would have been a pick 6. So that brings up second down and 10 for the Eagles. Ball is on the 33-yard line of the Sachse Mustangs. Mustangs holding on to the lead, 38-7. As Kirkhoff gets the snap, he goes to the far side, throws the ball, and I think it's caught. Cordell Lee, and they're going to give it to him right at the first. He's going to be about a half yard short of the first down, so that will bring up a third down and about a half a yard.
Well, and that's a second amazing catch by Cordell Lee on this drive. He had that one-handed catch before, and this one was probably about 3 feet above him, and he was able to go up and get that and be able to toe that line.
Interestingly enough, we see the coaches out on the football field right before. They got plenty of time to get the play call. Coaches right out on the football field. They are set. Play clock is only down to 7 now. 3 far, 1 near for the Eagles. They get the snap. Kirkhoff coming to the near side, and he's being chased down. He's being brought down. Number 43, that was Eshaku on the stop. That one's going to be a tough one.
Well, and that's something that the Rowlett coach did not want to see Kirkhoff do is if anything, he should have just thrown that ball out of bounds and avoid the sack.
So that's going to bring up fourth down. Nothing to lose here. Are they going to bring in the kicking unit, or are they going to?
They've got to go.
They're in no man's land in reality. They're right at that 28-yard line.
33. Oh yeah, 20. I'm sorry, 28-yard line. Yes.
So the ball's on 28. Fourth down. They're going to go for it here. Fourth down and 5. As bad, snap picked up by Kirkhoff, and he's going to throw it downfield, in and out of the hands of the receiver. That was Brox.
Yes, and he should have caught that. That's about 3 or 4 passes now that Kirkhoff has thrown where his receivers have dropped the ball. Kirkhoff could have also ran that, as he had plenty of field up the middle that he could have actually ran for that first down. But he did see that receiver there in the end zone.
Well, they brought us more cookies. I'm choking over here, and they bring us more cookies. Yeah, they're trying to put me out of my misery. Thank you very much. Oh, let me get the scoreboard up here. There we go. Sorry about that. It's 38-7. 9:17 left to go. Here come the Mustangs with their first play after the turnover. Ball caught, pushing it down all the way to the 47-yard line. Just kind of going in and out of traffic. And that was Diller. I'm going to die here. Take over.
Looks like we're gonna have a penalty on the play. Not sure what it was. I think, but I do see Sachse coming back, so it looks like it's gonna be a penalty on Sachse.
Sorry, folks. I don't know what it is tonight. I just got the coughs.
And of course, there is no flag, so they waved the flag off. So that's gonna be a first down for Rowlett
that
on
was
the
a big
46-yard line.
Yeah, big play, taking it down to the.
And of course, Sonny has to start coughing when I'm eating a cookie. So
there you go. So now you're gonna start coughing.
I won't cough. I'll just eating a cookie.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. They are at their own 46-yard line, 2 far, 1 near, and the wide receivers. They go ahead, play action right over the middle. Ball falls incomplete. Was intended on the other side for the Sachse Mustangs. That was Watkins, and he was just unable to bring it in. He threw a rocket.
Yeah, here on the sideline, you look at Lockett. Nobody was within 20 yards of Lockett. He's looking and saying, "Hey, what about me over here?"
Just because the play says go this way, make sure you just kind of look this way anyway, right? Just see where I am. Let's see what happens. George goes ahead, hands it off around the corner's ridge, makes it a big pop right there after a gain of 7. And on the stop there was Harrison for the Eagles. And let's see where they place this one. It's going to be second down about 4. They place it at the 46-yard line of the Eagles. So the Mustangs right now driving. 8:24 left to go here in the game. And we're seeing, it's probably all we're going to see in reality is runs, but we've seen a couple of passes already, like Lockett not getting the pass he wanted. They go ahead and hand it off. Rich round the quarter to the near side. Yellow hanky being thrown. Looks like that's going to be a holding. So this is not and the bad thing about that is that the flag was way down there. He got whipped around. That's a good way to get hurt. Johnson on the stop on the other side for the Eagles, but that is going to back up the Rowlett Eagles 10 yards from where the flag is at. And
yeah, they're going to get a holding on Sachse, so they're going to back them up 10 yards. It's going to bring up about a 3rd and 12.
So they'll back that one up to the 44-yard line, in between the 44 and 43-yard line. So we got about a half yard in there. So they'll replay third down and 12 and a half for the Sachse Mustangs after the walk-off on the penalty. 3 near, 1 far in the backfield, or in the wide receiving. Back to passes George. He's looking in the middle. He's going to be flush. He's going to take off running. He's going to try to get around the corner, and he's going to pick up quite a few of them. It's going to leave about 4th down and about 8, and they're going to go ahead and kick this ball away.
Yeah, I mean, even though they're on Rowlett's 47-yard line, they want to pin Rowlett back. You got 7:32 left in the game. What they want to do is they want to make them have to earn coming down the field to score.
38-7, your Sachse Mustangs with the lead here tonight. Here's 4th down. No one's back, by the way, for the Eagles. I wonder if they just forgot, or if this is just the way they're going to play it. They're going to try to play the 4th down.
They only have 10. Rowlett only has 10 players out there.
And there's the kick, and no one's back there, so they better catch it. And they do. Oh, my goodness. Right at the half-yard line. That almost went into the end zone. Would like to see him catch a little bit earlier, but, man, that's a long field to go for the Rowlett Eagles.
That is. They're going to put him on the 2-yard line because that's where he first touched the ball. But, Rowlett only had 10 players on the field. They didn't have anybody back, and they didn't replace them with anybody else.
Chamberlain then downed it right there at that 2-yard line. So that leaves a lot of a lot of yards for the Eagles. And they just unfortunately have not been able to move the ball for where you would feel like they have been able to, go ahead and go 98.
Yeah, no, as I mentioned earlier, they only have a total of 166 yards in the whole game. And now you're asking this team to go 98 in one possession.
7:20 left to go in tonight's contest. As next week it is the Wiley East Raiders Here's the first down call. Hand the ball off, trying to get around the corner. Benson not getting very far. A lot of Rowlett Eagles out there. Looked like number 55 on the stop, right? Or no, number 17 on the stop. King. Thought I saw 55 Williamson get in there as well.
There was a few in there.
So brings up second down for the Eagles. Second down looks to be about 7 yards for him to go. Nice outing. Good to see that. Sachse probably going to go 2-0 within the division. That's really good.
And it was a good start. They took
Absolutely.
control of the game early and just kept control of it.
They go ahead and hand the ball off. Vincent again trying to get around the corner. Gets to the 15. That breaks it to the 20. Yellow hanky out on the football field. That's probably going to come back.
Well, and there was a holding against Rowlett on Norberg, but they didn't call it. But this one they called for a block in the back, which is still going to bring them backwards.
So as the clock is temporarily stopped at 6:31. Again, next week we're going to be in Wiley East Raiders taking on. So we already know about the teams that won last week. We got 3 of them in the books. What's the other one? We got Wiley East one.
Well, right now there's only 4 games in the district this week, and right now Garland is up on Lakeview Centennial 24-7 in the fourth quarter.
That's the other team. So watch out for that. All right. So now it's first down and 5. Second and 5. Back to pass. Kirkup puts the ball up in the air. Ball is incomplete. Ball intended on the other side.
That was intended for Rodney Gore, and he was going towards the sideline. The ball was actually thrown a little bit more in the field.
Yeah, Rodney Gore plays both sides of the ball. We don't have him as a wide receiver out there, so we're going to have to bring him up as far as that is concerned. He's got a brother out there, Ryan Gore, doing the work out there as well.
They must be twins because they're both the same year. They're both seniors, Ryan and Rodney.
So let's see what they draw up here on 3rd down and 5. See what they can do here with 3 far, 1 near. Back to pass, throwing the ball in the middle as Kirkup finds his receiver, but hit immediately. That's going to be enough, though, for the first down. On the stop on the other side for your Sachse Mustangs was King.
Yeah, and just a slant right in the middle of the field, and you know where the first down marker was and made sure and get it there.
Nice pass, too, and right in between 2 defenders as well. He threaded the needle very well. And the clock continues to run. 5:41 left to go in this one before we call this one a night. 3 far, 1 near for the Rowlett Eagles. And back to pass is Kirkup. Kirkup over the middle again. They're just going to go ahead and take what is given to them. Ball caught there by Thomas, brought down on the other side by King again. King right in the middle, playing center field. Watching for those passes, not letting them get too far. A little help there from Williamson again. Williamson's actually getting out there. We're seeing him move around a little bit. So, all right. So that brings up now 2nd down. Looks about 7 after that gain of 3. 5 minutes left to go in tonight's contest. 3 far, 1 near. Back to pass. Kirkup going to go down the 5th. Ball caught, intercepted, running there and pushing in. That's Sharp. Touchdown, Sachse Mustangs.
Yeah, that was just a ball that was just left in the air too much in the middle of the field, and Sharp was able just to come up underneath it and just take it. He really had no opposition in his area when taking it to the end zone.
So the Mustangs extend their lead 44-7. Bring on the kicking unit. Good play there, reading it, but Sharp right down the middle, finding it, taking advantage of it. His speed just got him into the end zone. So they're bringing out another player. Make sure they got a full 12 out there. Do what they got to do.
Did you say a full 12?
I did say full 12. Leave me alone.
We were talking about Canadian football earlier.
That's it. Yeah, that's what it is. Kick goes up and it's good. Sachse Mustangs extend their lead here in the fourth quarter. It's the choking. It's the choking is doing it. Quick playground on the football field. We'll be back here on the Couch Potato Sports Show.
Rich's Performance Muffler and Auto Care has provided complete auto repair services to the Wiley area since 2003. Whether it's alignments, brakes, air conditioning, muffler service, suspension, front-end auto services, or in my case, a Cadillac converter, Rich does it all. Stop by and see him at 603 Commerce Street, Suite 203 in Wiley, or give him a call at 972-461-0776. That's 972-461-0776. You'll be happy you called Rich instead of anybody else.
7 in favor of the Mustangs. Up there real quick on the board. Nice to see, win. It's nice to see. This is kind of what we were hoping for last year. Good play within district and shining each and every week. And that's what we're getting. Brendan George starting last year to get to the point where he is today. I think that helped him last year as well.
Without a doubt.
Picked it up and it's caught. Then we fielded at the 25, trying to get around the corners and moving around. Number 21, there was Daniels, and there goes the helmet. It was Daniels, the guy on the shirt. Going to stop on the outside route for a stop for the Mustangs. Okay, so where are they going to place this?
They're going to place it around the 31-yard line.
All right, so 31-yard line, and the Eagles going to try to figure out a little positivity as they get out of here. This could, or maybe the next drive, maybe the last one of the night. 45-7. Wonderful outing for the Mustangs. And by the way, it's going to take a while to get out of here again, as they are now starting to load out, and it's slow on this side, and it's going to start getting slow on this side because some of the people coming in to pick up kids are on their way too. So watch out for that. Hand the ball off on the right-hand side. It's great. Trying to get around the corner, pushes it down. Number 41 on the stop for the Sachse Mustangs. And that was Smith on the push out of bounds / stop. And the clock continues to run as they kept them in bounds. I don't know how they kept them in bounds.
Well, it could be an agreement with the coaches. Just let the clock run.
That could be because they do that on the high school level, just to get out so they don't kill each other. 4 minutes left to go here in tonight's contest. 45-7. Here comes second down and 3 for the Eagles. Handing that little shuttle right to there. He's going to get the first down. That was interesting. Cardell Lee, and then the stop on the other side, number 29 for the Sachse Mustangs was Rice. See where they get it. Yep, they got enough for the first down, so they'll move the ball. It's at the 44-yard line. So let's see. All right, so they got that first down and 10. Ball's at the 44-yard line. The Eagles Kirkup finally finding a guy, throws it and gets it, and they get out of bounds there. Stop for the Sachse Mustangs on the other side. Number 30, that was Okoye. Another Okoye. The brother. And it brings up second down at about, I would say about 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, about 6, maybe 7.
Well, and that was clearly out of bounds, and the clock is running. So I think that's what it was. I think they're in agreement with the coaches, just let the clock run. When a game gets where it's not going to be able to be caught up, then coaches usually just agree to let the play clock run.
47, ball's on 47, back to Kirkup. He's going to go ahead, let's pass those middle, caught, and then drop. They're going to call that one incomplete. Couldn't hold on to it on the other side there. That was one of the Gore kids on the reception.
Yeah, that was Rodney Gore. Yeah, and I'm sure it's a little frustrating for Kirkup. That's probably about the 5th or 6th pass that he's thrown on the money that's just been dropped by his receivers.
Interestingly enough, even though say whatever you want about the seconds maybe being in for the Sachse Mustangs, you still not throw the ball with accuracy and purpose. Has been what
You're absolutely right. He's looked sharp. He's made a few mistakes along the way, but he's looked pretty sharp.
Just as we say that, he fumbles the football. It's going to be picked up by the Mustangs, and that's going to be a turnover. Jaden Smith with the fumble recovery, just as we were talking good about her. That's what it's about. It's a broadcaster's curse when you start talking really.
Can we rewind what I said? Hey, he fumbled, but in my opinion, I think he still had a good outing as he's been able to move the ball, which Rowlett really wasn't able to do in the first half.
Right. So
we got. It looks like it's Kendrick Hanks in the backfield, isn't it? No.
It's the snap, and that's what they're trying to do. They're just trying to run off the clock. Oh, yeah. Well, but that was just dumb.
Yeah.
See, that was just dumb.
Yeah.
That was Ridge, who was at the quarterback position, just sliding up that jersey sliding up.
Well, and all he did was Ridge just stepped back and he took a knee, and then the defender just came and pushed him, which is automatically going to be an unnecessary roughness. Ooh, they changed it to sportsmanlike conduct, which I agree with that because there's no need for that.
Exactly, and they're going to mark it off. And the Eagles right now are just in a state of frustration through the whole game. Never mind anything. 2:12 left to go. They're getting it handed to them. They know it.
Well, it looks like it's Chase Thomas now that's going to be quarterbacking for Sachse. They brought Hanks out.
Yep. So Thomas, he stood in there last. Not actually. Yeah, Thomas on that.
Another one?
See, now they may just stop the game. See, this is what needs to happen. They just need to stop the game and be done with it.
Yeah.
So they just need to stop the game and be done with it. In fact, that's not even good.
Yeah, is that Rowlett? Yeah, Rowlett is just losing their composure. And really all Sachse was doing was just trying to kneel out the game. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're young and you're frustrated.
Well, and here's the deal. Being a football coach, I can't ever understand why would you punch somebody with the helmet on? What are you gonna resolve?
More than anything.
Yeah.
Like, what happened here? All right.
Let's hear and see what they call here.
There you go, Steve. By the way, guys, I haven't been telling them where they are. After they walk this one up, they're going to be right at about the 20-yard line. And after they walk it off, that'll just all depend on where the flag was.
Yeah, and that was Ladarian Session that threw that punch for Rowlett. And he's had a good night.
Yeah.
It's just something like this will take away from having a good night. So, Sachse just picked up 30 yards on penalties just by mental mistakes by Rowlett because they couldn't keep their composure.
It's too bad too. Kind of gets to this one. So I think I don't know if the coaches are in agreement that everybody just play the school and just get out of here. That's what the Sachse Mustangs been trying to do. Is get it. Look at where Thomas is. He's so far back by the snap. Yeah, the referees are right there. They're going to make sure that nothing really goes too nutty out here. And they're going right into it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm glad you noticed that, Butch, because they were right there, almost right on the defensive line. Yep. So that's all they're trying to do is to get out of here. Yeah. But and that's a shame because it takes kind of just not that this was like a game that was close, but it's still at the same time it's that rivalry.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's still a rivalry, and anytime it gets out of hand like this, you're gonna, your emotions are gonna definitely heighten, especially if you're on the losing end of it.
Well, yeah, you can only imagine what they might be saying. There goes the clock. It's second down now, be enough for them to put that play clock down
And there's a lot of these kids that are friends with each other. You know, some that aren't. They've always been competitors, but there's some of these. You know, I saw earlier in the fourth quarter a lineman for Rowlett came in, second stringer, and you know, his defensive guy shook his hand.
Yep.
So.
All right, so that's going to go ahead and do it, and that's going to do it here for tonight. 45-7 in favor of the Sachse Mustangs. Mustangs go 2-0 within district, just the way you kind of wanted, and see if they can continue the momentum. Next week is going to be the biggest challenge within district, that obviously being the Wiley East Raiders. So we'll see how that one works out. We'll be bringing you that. Make sure you check out the pregame show. We'll have it up on Thursday for you, as well as through halftime. And then we'll talk about that one, because that one's going to be really interesting, especially after what Wiley East has done so far this season as well. They're actually fully undefeated. So, yep. So that said, that's going to do it for us here on the College State Sports Show. Thanks for joining us here tonight. We'll catch you next week. Catch us on Sunday. For that being said, 9 to noon, and we'll take you up the kickoff at the NFL. So for the Big Red Butch Wesson. Go ahead, Butch.
God bless and have a great weekend.
Also here for the EaglesLive Serna and Sonny Clark, the
hardest
working man in sports radio. We're out of here.